countdown commences. For the 12th time this year, the Raiders have a shutout. And for the first time ever, they'll be headed to Milwaukee to play for a chance at the state title. Your Kiel Raiders are the 2022 sectional final champions.
The rebound, Pearsons, and the Raiders are going to run this one out. This one's over. He said goodbye. The Raiders are regional champs. Oh my goodness, 75-68. Kiel has won their first regional championship in 10 years. My goodness.
Do we dare squeeze for a win, Mitch?
Yeah, that's a tough decision to make.
Got some speed on third base. Third baseman playing even. Blatz delivers. That's exactly what they're going to do. Harlem, there! It's game over! The Raiders win on a suicide squeeze from Daniel Schmidt. It's going to be Shizzle. 3 from the logo. It's no good. Edelman's going to clear it and bring it home for the Raiders. Their first regional championship since 2008.
And with that, Madison, Wisconsin, you better get ready. So for the first time in school history, the Kiel Raiders will be moving on to state.
It has been a wonderful ride to be a part of, and guess what? We are coming your way next Thursday, Madison, Wisconsin.
The clock strikes 0 and it's official. The Kiel Raiders are going to Madison.
Kiel's 2022 season ended like it started, at the hands of the Kewaunee Storm. With optimism aplenty and a revamped roster, the Raiders look to make a push for their first conference championship since 2019. Their 2023 campaign will open tonight at Fifrick Field. As I'm Connor Velker tonight, joined by Clayton Lepisto, here as we bring you Kiel Raider football on Kiel Raider Radio. Clayton, how are you doing?
I'm feeling good, Connor. I'm excited. You know, it's football season. How can't you be excited?
Can't beat it. It's a picture-perfect night here at Fifrick Field as the Raiders, who finished the regular season last year at 4-5, finished the year with a 5-6 record. That can't be right. I had that written down. That can't be right, Clayton. I'm already questioning myself in less than a minute into the broadcast.
First game of the year, you got to knock the rust off, right?
What can we expect here tonight for the Kiel Raiders?
I'm expecting to see a lot of young speed. I'm expecting to see some of these young players that maybe haven't seen the field a lot, get some playing time, see what this varsity football is all about. But I'm also really excited to see the fourth and final edition, Cade Velker at quarterback. You know, I grew up watching the two older Velkers, played with one of them. He's to my right now, and now I get to watch Cade and see what he's all about.
Yeah, it should be. I'm excited. I'm just going to have to hold myself in. Well, that'll be the battle all year, is battling the excitement of having my little brother out there, but excited nonetheless to bring that and bring Kiel football to the Kiel community and the surrounding communities again this season. So Velker really the only addition to that Kiel offense. Bryce Gullickson, leading rusher, returns from last year. He'll be a junior, part of the strong kind of junior core that the Raiders have. Trey Bartz, Braden April, Harrison Zorn, all juniors. They'll be part of that receiving core. Then it'll be Grant Muntz, who led the team in touchdowns last year. He'll be the lone senior kind of in that receiving corps as he hauled in 6 touchdowns, 15 receptions, and 178 yards last year. But the Raiders, however, will be without Bartz for the first 2 or 3 games and maybe the whole year on the offensive side. Might get him back 3 or 4 games in on the defensive side with, a wrist issue. Hopefully he'll be able to get that clubbed up and get out there, but I think it's going to be hard for him to get back on the offensive side with a club on his right hand.
Absolutely.
So we'll take a short break as we hear a word from our sponsors. We'll be right back to preview the Kewaunee Storm here on Kiel Raider Radio. Tonight's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by
Are you looking for someone to build you your new house, or maybe remodel your old aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, Albright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs. Thinking of starting a new business or have an existing one? Stop in at Graphics Custom Vinyl and Signs, located on the corner of Park Avenue and 6th Street in Kiel. We have 15 years of experience with applying vehicle graphics, making signs, and creating logos. We also now carry apparel. So if a new business is in your future, or you have an existing one, stop in and see how we can help. And most importantly, go.
We are back here on Kiel Raider Radio. This is week 1 of the WIA high school football season. The Raiders welcoming in the Kewaunee Storm. They finished 11-2 last season. Good for second in the Packerland, which is right where they're projected this year. They return their starting running back, a piece on the edge, and 2 first-team all-conference offensive linemen. But the question for the Storm comes at quarterback.
Yeah, absolutely. We know they had a very good quarterback last year, now graduated. Watching them in warm-ups, it's a toss between 2 lefties. I don't know who's going to go out there.
Yes, it looks like they're kind of taking their offense, their scout offense right now, so giving Kiel no look as to who. And for the Raiders, the tough challenge was they had their scrimmage film. They saw a lefty. Their starter and backup, in whichever order, are both lefties.
Yeah, it kind of makes it hard, huh?
Yeah. So, as Clayton mentioned, Mitchell Thompson, the first-team all-conference quarterback from a year ago, now playing at the University of Minnesota State Division II. So, a talented piece there, Offensive Player of the Year last year. He was a part of a group of seniors that contained 4 first-team all-conferencers, 2 second-team, and 1 honorable mention. So a talented squad, but like you said and mentioned before we got on air, a heavy group of seniors here for the Storm. They'll be ready for whatever the Raiders bring at them today.
Absolutely. Having a lot of seniors on a football team helps immensely. Just having that experience, knowing what's going on, it's a huge deal.
So we'll step away here for the anthem as we hear a word once again from our sponsors. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio.
Do you want a classic cut like a flat top, or a modern cut like an undercut? Or are you looking for a new style altogether? If the answer is yes, stop in at Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas is now a father and son business. So stop in at 630 Fremont Street for a great haircut with great service. Interested in an appointment? Visit their new website at goodfellasbarbershopinc.com or call 920-894-HAIR. Goodfellas Barbershop. Cut the way you like it. Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom? Call Nodler Tile and Flooring. Whether it's a walk-in shower or renovating the backsplash, switching to hardwood, or are you installing carpet, Nodler has you covered. And new this year, you can now visit their showroom, Signature Flooring and more. This new showroom is for everyone, from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring and more, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Nodler Tile and Flooring and Signature Flooring and more has you covered, from installation to selection to tool rental. Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs. As with most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300th block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders!
Tolerated at our grounds for removal from the site of competition. Enjoy the game.
We're back here, Kiel Raider Radio, Week 1, here from Fifrick Field, as we're getting ready for your Kiel Raiders, who will take on the Kewaunee Storm, who will be introduced. The Raiders are getting set to be introduced as a team, but first we'll introduce the Kewaunee Storm defense. It will be number 3, Thomas Dangle. Number 12, DJ Eccles. Number 13, Coy Kleiman. Number 36, Maddox Miller. Number 40, Tyler Van Gotham. Number 56, Tyler Schaefer. Number 57, Kemper Robinson. Number 66, Mitchell Bader. Number 78, Braxton Rhea. Number 11, Jackson Wisnicki. And number 87, Nathan Keel. 2 names on that Kewaunee defense that you'll hear a lot of tonight are Braxton Rhea and DJ Eccles. Braxton Rhea listed 6'7", 298, Clayton. That's a big body.
That's a large human being, especially coming out of high school.
Reminds you of that similar body type of Tanner Bortolini that we had the joy of facing off against. And there's some times where you see in that program, you see 6'7", you see 6'5", and you don't really believe it. Braxton Rhea is all of that 6'7". They have him listed at.
He stands out amongst that Kewaunee team right now.
As the Kiel Raiders will be announced as a team, as they're all set here for football from Kiel High School. The Raiders are coached by David Eswine, Rob Landwehr, Jay Benversi, Sean Hills, Jamie Vandermeuse, Mike Dressler, John Braun, and Cade Friday. Kewaunee Storm are coached by Randy Charles. He is assisted by Casey Christian, David Kindreski, Steve Kindreski, Mark LeCaptain, Jack Novak, John Pilgrim, Mark Sissel, Dwayne Skolecki, and Joe Kastner. So we are moments away here from the kickoff to the 2023 campaign. Right on time, 6:59. The clock ticks 7, and we're almost ready for football, Clayton.
I got the nerves. You have any?
I'm ready. Little goosebumps.
Yep.
Stomach turning. Can only imagine what it feels like to be back down on
Absolutely.
there. Can imagine the nerves are aplenty.
Always nervous for that first kickoff. Once you get that first hit in, they go away just like that.
Yep. It'll be, I believe, the Raiders who are set to receive the kick. Back are Harrison Zorn and the freshman Mason Schaefer.
Oh, here we go.
Great speed.
Maddox Miller's set to
Going to be a factor on the track team come spring. And walking back to kick are Maddox Miller. Can imagine that the odds that this ball gets fielded are going to be low, Clayton.
Yeah, I saw him in warm-ups. He's got a leg on him.
Back 10 yards is Miller. The swing of the right leg. It's a high, deep kick. They're going to kick it to Zorn. He'll field it at the 5. He's going to hit the wall. It's a little bit slow. Zorn working through. It's going to be tackled just inside the 25-yard line, the 24-yard line. Not great timing there with that wall.
Yeah. You know, it's hard on that, especially first. You get that first feeling of the game, you know, that first kickoff. It takes a little bit to work that timing out, especially with your receivers getting the ball.
So it'll be Velker to take his first snap here for the Raiders. Play is in. Here's Raiders break the huddle. Offense right to left. It's Zorn. Lemieux, Muntz.
On the right side, to the left, it's Braden April alone. Bryce Gullickson alone, back just to the left of Velker. Sweep right side. Gullickson turns inside. It's going to be a positive gain. It's going to be 3 yards on first down to set up 2nd and 7 here for the Raiders.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7.
On that offensive line for the Raiders, it'll be Nick Mutin, Ryan Schad, Ben Kingbaum, Owen McNatt, and it looks like Brady Boritz. Lone receiver near side is April. 3 to the right are Lemieux, Muntz, and Zorn. Velker pumps. Will just throw it away. Little miscommunication between him and April. It looked like that right outside backer got flying past line of scrimmage, kind of took away any
He came
angle.
in quick. Smart play by Velker there to get rid of the ball.
I think he lets that one go. It's probably flown right into the hands of Jackson Wisnicki on that right edge. So it's 3rd and 7 here on the 27-yard line. Raiders working right to left here on their first drive of the 2023 season. Velker, 5 yards back, man in motion is Zorn.
There we go.
Slant,
Nice play.
it's April. He's going to be across the 35-yard line and enough for a first down.
That's enough for a Raider. First down.
Velker delivered it on the money in the form of a slant to Braden April, and he got about 8, and he had 7.
Nice job by Braden April, too. 2 hands on the ball as he was getting tackled. Making those crossing slants, you can get hit pretty hard.
And a little wrinkle there with the man in motion in Zorn. They're going to throw it. Play action, Velker.
Nice.
He's got Zorn wide open. A man to miss. It's Miller. Miller wraps him up. Still holding on. Zorn will be held up right at the 35-yard line. Velker got rid of it quick as Zorn was open. The throw brought him inside. I think just enough to take away the opportunity for a touchdown, but they'll take the chunk play as it's good for about a gain of 25.
And I like this, letting them throw the ball right away.
Right away. Play action. Zorn was wide open on that near sideline. Now to be 3 to the left of Velker, including Gullickson, just in his left pocket. They're going to give it. A little delayed handoff on the zone inside to Gullickson. He's stopped short for a gain of 1 on first down. Zorn with that blazing speed, part of the 4x1 team that broke the school record. One of the fastest players on the field, the fastest Raider on that offense. A little 4-3, 5-2. A lot of bodies inside the box. Inside reverse, it's Lemieux.
Nice work.
He's got some room, breaks a tackle, breaks it outside. Tried to get outside of the numbers there, but it's past the 20-yard line at the 19. He'll be pulled down for a first down.
That's a great job by Lemieux, too, to really get that handoff. It's a hard handoff between the exchange from the running back to that fullback there. It's a good job by him.
And a picture-perfect job. Run through the hole, numbers, work out, hashes, numbers, work outside. They'll set up a 1st and 10 here in the red zone for the Raiders. They'll snap it from the 19-yard line. Handoff left side, Gullickson. He's swallowed up in the backfield. He was down for about 3 seconds before he lost that one. But it's a loss of 2 as Ria's in the backfield, and we hear his name for the first time tonight.
Pretty surprised, too, for how big he is. Seems like he moves his feet well.
And you can see what this Kewaunee Storm defense is selling out for. They are not going to let Kiel run the sweep. Kind of how that defense is designed. You see kind of a bare front, so you'll see a guy right in the center, inside both the tackles, and then nice and wide outside the tight end and the tackle. 2 inside backers to cover 3 deep. As the Raiders are trying to spread him out. Velker rolling right, gets outside. He's got Muntz. Muntz, center of the field. Velker found him. Touchdown, Kiel.
That was pretty. That was pretty.
He raced around the left edge, rolling to his strong side. He found Grant Muntz streaking right at the eye in Kiel, and the Raiders are on the board. It'll be Blake Garner to attempt the extra point. Velker the hold. Kick is up, and it is good. Blake Gardner knocks through the extra point, and the Raiders lead 7-0.
Just want to go back to that last play there. Heavy pass rush there. Good job by Cade, staying calm, composed, keeping his eyes downfield, finding Grant over the middle.
And a great play call there by Coach Eswine. 4 verts to beat the kind of 3 defensive backs. And he broke the initial pressure, got outside, and then turned his eyes downfield. And Grant Muntz had a step, and that's all he needed for Velker to find him. A proud supporter of Raider football, the Kiel Booster Club provides support for all students in all co-curriculars at Kiel High School. The KBC raises funds through a variety of events, including the Kiel Triathlon, raffles, uncorked, and concessions to financially support all co-curriculars and enhance experiences while creating opportunities beyond KSD's budgetary contributions. Find out more info at kielboosterclub.com or follow the Kiel Booster Club on Facebook. Blake Garner will do the kickoff duties. Missing one important part of kicking off was the football.
Yeah, you need that, don't you?
Lone man deep for the Storm is Owen Carlson. And as we preview that Storm offense, that's a name you're going to be hearing a lot in that Kewaunee offense. Last year, returning kicks, 2 kick returns, 197 yards, Clayton. I struggle to believe that just 2. As Carlson's going to field it at the 20. He's breaking it outside. He's got an angle. Gardner trying to wrap him up at the 20-yard line, but Carlson's going to take this one all the way back. An 80-yard kick return for Owen Carlson. But there is a flag on the play.
Flag on the play.
Let's see what the initial indication is from the white cap.
Do it. I was going to see a high hit that one guy.
Blindside block on the Storm will bring back the Storm. The flag lies at the 31-yard line. So they'll start inside their 20-yard line. First time we hear from our crew of, as Chris likes to call them, the Rodell and Rodell and Company, the law firm of Rodell and Rodell, as it'll be Rick Rodell, Nicholas Rodell, Jack Herman, Gary Reinke, and Rick Schwartz. Down in the stripes here as we see the laundry on the field for the first time, and it saves a touchdown for the Raiders.
That's a bullet dodged.
That's always when you're on the side of a kickoff return touchdown, is you pause, you make sure there's no laundry. There's more times than not.
Well, there's a lot that can go wrong.
Yeah, correct. So they'll officially start their drive on the 16-yard line. See an I formation here for the Storm. Under center is number 3, Thomas Stengel. I formation. Carlson the deep back. They'll give it. Left side, ISO. Carlson runs through a few guys. It's going to be a 9-yard run on first down. That's what you're going to see a lot of tonight, Clayton.
Yeah. So that's really going to come down to D-line and linebackers. Keeping your eyes on your keys, filling hard.
And you got to have some outside linebackers that have the courage to take on that lead blocker. Got to be unselfish.
Absolutely.
Take it on the right side and eat up that lead block. Split backfield here for Stengel. Under center, man in motion is Miller. He's just going to settle in on that left side as another fullback. They're going to give it to the big guy. It's Dylan Pott. And
brought down by Braden April. That's enough for his Storm. First down.
So he'll bring it just across the 32-yard line.
Little old school football.
Split backfield. Just behind the man under center, Thomas Stengel, who's not even listed as a quarterback on the roster.
Makes your job easy.
Yeah. I formation. Eccles is the fullback. The man behind him is Jackson Wisniewski. 2 receivers to the right. Trying to cut it back. It's Joey Friend who met Grant Muntz, and they tag teamed Wisniewski for a loss of 1. Maybe a gain of nothing.
Great job by Grant there to really close down and shed his blocker. get in the backfield quick.
That's something Coach Benversi on the sideline is going to be telling his defensive ends a lot. You got to squeeze down.
Yep.
It can't just be a little bit. It's got to be all the way. Take all the air out of that. I formation once again. Now this time it's Van Gotham, the fullback. They're going to give it to him. Little fullback trap. He's got some room, and he is brought down just across the 40-yard line. Ball right on the 40-yard line. This will be 3rd and 1. And can imagine the way they like to run the football, this might be 4-down territory if the Raiders can get a stop here on 3rd down. So they sub in Owen Carlson. See a lot of rotating parts here as they're running in plays from their running backs and receivers, trying to keep everybody fresh. One receiver to the left, one receiver to the right. Tight end near side. In I formation. Stangl under center. Snap back, it's going to be a ISO. Left side, Carlson. Tripped up, but not before. He fell forward for 5 yards. And it's another 1st down for that Kewaunee offense.
This is already a big test for the Kiel Raiders defense. You know, they're kind of chipping away at you, but this is where bend, don't break.
And this is what they love doing. They just love paper cut after paper cut, 3-yard run, 4-yard run, and just wear you down. Split backfield, far side, the tight end's on the line. They're going to pass it. Looking near side, intended for Kleiman, and Zorn, step for step, breaks it up.
Picture perfect coverage by Zorn there. Kept his eye on his guy, never looked back until the ball was in the air.
Zorn surprised me a little bit. Just an honorable mention defensive back last year.
Oh, really?
He's a stud out there, and the Raiders are going to rely on him heavily in the secondary, along with Nathan Kingbaum, Landon Hager, who replaces Bartz, and Braden April. April, second-team all-conference defensive back last year. Split backfield. They're going to give way to DJ Eccles as he is tripped up by Gullickson, as it's Nick Mutin down on the field, I believe, for the Raiders. He's right on the Raider logo. Holding appears to be maybe an upper body, maybe a wrist or an elbow, just the way he's kind of folded over.
Right.
Don't like to speculate. With over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless systems needs. They offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to your temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raiders. So it's Nick Mutin down on the field. 5:04 here to play in the first quarter. The Raiders struck early at about the 8.5-minute mark.
Nick Mutin walking off his own power right now. That's good to see.
Maybe a little hobble here. Tucker found Muntz to get the scoring started at a 22-yard pass. As it'll be 3rd and 9 here from the 46-yard line. Just saw the first pass on 1st down of the game for the Storm. Now it'll be shotgun. You can heavily expect a pass here when they get back to the shotgun, Clayton. As it'll be Stangl. Throw 3 yards deep. 2 receivers to the right. Tight end and split end to the left. Lone back's Carlson. They're just going to swing it out wide. 1-on-1. It's Gullickson and Carlson. A stiff arm. Hager coming to clean it up, but it's not before Carlson gets past the 45-yard line. Enough for a 1st down, it appears initially.
You know, even Gullickson, he may not have made the tackle there, but it's good to see that he stayed in the flats, watching where he needed to be. You'll have those little mistakes. It's the first game of the season.
And you're facing a really good back. They're going to take that opportunity, a one-on-one. That's going to be time when your defensive ends get a little more experience. They start to read that. Okay, running back my side. They swung it a couple times. Now it'll be trips to the far side. Carlson, the lone back, just in Stangel's pocket. It's going to be a little tunnel screen for Miller. It's going to be a block in the back, it appears. The official on the far side see it, but it was Hunter Pitson who got a 2-hand shove right to the back, and he hit the turf as the near side judge saw it and flagged him. A little different look, though, there for Kewaunee. A little tunnel screen, bringing Miller in, just moving enough to get some momentum and set up your blocks. And it was a successful play, but not before the block in the back. So it'll be 1st and 18 here for the Storm. This is where I think this favors the Raiders. Get him behind the sticks, force them to pass it, but you can't allow. They're still going to run it on 1st down. They're not afraid to.
Yep.
Split back here. Stangl under center. Carlson, the back near side. And it's going to be a false start. It'll be on the far side. It's going to be Nathan Kiel. Let's see who they convicted. Be a false start. I believe it was Brandon Muehlbauer that jumped for the Raiders, but Nathan Kiel will pick up the false start on the Storm. 1st and 25 here for the Storm. They'll stay in the same formation. Tight end near side. 2 backs. It's Eccles and Carlson. Split backfield. They'll give way to Eccles. Far side, sifting through. Muntz stands him up, and Pitson cleans it up. And another flag here from the back judge. Maybe a... I think you decline this.
Yeah, I think so. I think you want to go second.
Holding against the Storm.
I don't like that. They're going to push him back. I'd take the 2nd and 23 because they have the ability to just break a run. Carlson has that big play ability, especially as long as your defense has been on the field, right?
True.
They've been on there for...
Especially being your first series of the season.
Yeah. It's a long game. They're going to get a lot of plays, especially with the explosive nature of that Kiel offense.
Yep.
So it'll be a 1st and 32. Same formation here. Split back. Carlson and Eccles, they'll drop back. Looking near side. Muntz in the backfield. Stangl scrambles for a gain of about 6. It'll be stopped right about the 39-yard line. It was Grant Muntz, the first one there. Hunter Pitson came in to clean it up.
Keeping him inside the pocket.
And I like Hunter Pitson too. Did a good job. Don't have to take a shot.
Right.
Just make sure that tackle is secured.
Right.
Don't do anything stupid and give him that yardage back. 2nd and 26 here from the Storm 39-yard line. Now in the shotgun, it's Stangl. 3 receivers to the right on the near side. It's Miller, Kilgore, as they'll drop back to pass. Will Stangl. He's got a man, but some communication there. And the pass intended for Van Gotham. 3rd and 26. They're going to put in an extra linebacker, you can imagine. Believe it is Owen McNatt. Here's where Kewaunee's not going to be afraid to run one.
I know.
You have 3 linemen in there. Nope, they still have 4.
Okay.
So they didn't go to their kind of 3rd down defense.
I like this.
Still,
Like their linebackers are bumped back a bit.
Got a lot of depth.
Yep.
I formation here. Can expect some play action if it's not a run. It's going to be a toss. Near side to Carlson. Setting the edge. A great job there. Bryce Gullickson did a good job there. He gave Carlson a body on the outside, forced him to turn it in. The other thing I liked, he didn't get too far upfield. Right?
Yep.
He knew the down and distance. He stayed back a little bit. You're in no hurry to make that play. You got some room for error.
It's textbook.
4th and 21 here as the Raiders become the beneficiary of a few Storm penalties, a few as in about 30 yards worth.
That always helps.
So it'll be a 4th and 21 here from the 43-yard line. Maddox Miller back to punt.
April and Zorn deep for the Raiders. High punt. Zorn's going to field it. They're going to try to get him to that wall. Kingbaum
set it up.
Wasn't a block in the back, but Zorn, yep. Was just hoping he reached for that white beanie and not the yellow one. But a good return there for Zorn as that punt nets only about 25 yards after the return from Zorn.
Raider ball, 1st and 10 from the 35.
So they'll start this drive from the 35-yard line. So the Raiders scored on their first drive of the game. 2 receivers to the left, tight end and fullback to the far side. That's base formation for the Raiders. Gullickson in the left pocket of Velker. You're on 1st and 10. Man in motions. Blanke. They're going to give it to him. Chaz Blanke. He's got some speed and some room. He's going to run through a man and fall just inside the 50-yard line. A little burst of speed there
nice.
from Blanke.
A little fly motion from the wingback.
Plate needed a few of those in your day, I'd say.
I wish I did.
I don't think you were that fast, though.
Not that fast.
Blanke has breakaway speed as a freshman, part of the 4x4 team that ran in lacrosse. It's an absolute treat to have him at F-back and, instead outside the receiving core. Just tells you the depth of that receiving core. Velker's going to drop back. He's going to air it out deep. He's got April on the money! Velker to April, a 52-yard touchdown! Oh my goodness! April, Van Gotham was burnt toast, and Van Gotham got
right by him.
Beat, and Velker delivered it on the money. What a pass and catch, and the Raiders have a 13-0 lead. He set his feet and he found a man. My goodness.
I'm very impressed with Cade's pocket presence right now. He looks very calm.
Looks comfortable.
Yeah.
See that ball. So the ball was from the 48-yard line, about 35 yards in the air. April caught that one at about the 10-yard line. No, that's more than 35 yards. It's probably about a 45-yard ball in the air. Extra point is up and through for Blake Gardner. A 52-yard touchdown pass from Velker to April. The Raiders had the ball for just 39 seconds, but it resulted in 7 points. Are you looking for a sweet treat, delicious pastries, fresh donuts? How about the best fresh baked bread or hard rolls? Rex Bakery, serving up the delicious bakery that we have come to love. Check out their retail location right in downtown Kiel at 319 Fremont Street, or give them a call to set up a wholesale account for your business. Your 4th generation hometown bakery. Rex Bakery, family owned since 1908. It was Velker to April on a 52-yard pass to bring the lead up to 14-0 here with 1:32 to play in the first quarter. Still yet in the first quarter. My goodness.
I know.
That drive for the Storm just hung on. We Garner back about 8 yards deep. The swing of the right foot. Carlson took one all the way deep as Carlson fields it about the 17. He breaks one tackle. It's Blanke in pursuit. Carlson outruns him. He's got no one to beat as Carlson takes it back for about a 78-yard touchdown. The second kick return touchdown of the game for the Storm. Fortunately for the Raiders, only the first one counted.
If we've learned anything so far, let's not kick the ball to 22.
Yeah, kick it short, kick it wide, do anything, but don't kick it to 22. And then that's part of sophomore kicker, right? Doesn't understand
they're putting that kid back there for a reason. He's the best athlete on that Storm team. Don't give him an opportunity. So it'll be Miller to attempt the point at first. Stangl will hold, nearly blocked it, and he got it.
Maddox Miller with the extra point is good.
Here it is. It was a 77 yards.
Officially a 77-yard kick return from Carlson. So just as the Raiders strike like lightning, the Storm punch right back.
Might be in for some fireworks tonight, Connor.
Yeah.
Little shootout?
I did make that prediction. I said last week, this offense can score. The defense is going to be the question mark. Defense has done a decent job. They got some help from some penalties,
right.
But there's 3 parts to the game, and the special teams is a phase that Kiel has won when they've been very, very good. You figure those 2 years, 2018, 2019, special teams was good for 7 to 14 points a game.
And we spent a lot of time on it at practice, and it showed.
Yep. And it helps when you got the depth. I think they have the bodies to do that.
Right.
You know, it's not like you're like New Holsting. They always complained, like, you guys beat us on special teams. We put our JV on special teams. We've never had that problem. Yeah. And that's a terrible excuse.
It's New Holsting, Connor. What do you expect?
I think we were out 14-0, and the offense didn't snap the ball once. So it'll be Miller. He's settled at the 30. And he's swinging the right foot. A low line drive kick is going to be through the end zone for a touchback. As we'll see the Raider offense once again. They struck in just 2 plays for a 52-yard touchdown pass to Braden April. And they'll take over from the 20-yard line after the touchback kick from Maddox Miller.
Is Cade 3 for 3?
And they had to throw away the first pass, so 3 for 4. So they start at the 20-yard line.
Why not? Let him keep throwing.
Little bunch formation on the near side. Lone receiver to the far side is Braden April. They're going to give way. It's Gullickson, has some room. Near side, stiff arm for Miller, and it's going to be a face mask on Bryce Gullickson.
That was a great job by Bryce Gullickson, really selling the inside run, letting those inside linebackers at Kewaunee really suck in, get caught in the wash, and bounce it outside.
And that's a 8-yard run. It'll be brought back with the face mask. It'll be on Gullickson. He grabbed the face mask of Miller as he was attempting to stiff arm him. But they're going to talk about it. We'll see.
He's facing this way.
We're just trying to figure out how to mark it. And is it 5 or 15?
It's going to be a personal foul. It's a big penalty. Sets the Raiders back. It is a spot foul, I believe. So they'll just get pushed back to about 1st and 17. But that's a coaching run. If I've, how many times have we seen that formation, Clayton? Brought in the slot receiver and put him as kind of a double fullback just to get angles on those.
Right.
It really is a unique defense from the Storm. Really weird front. They're playing 2 backers, sometimes 3 backers in there. They got 9 guys, 8 guys in the box.
All right, let's get it back. Let's go.
Tight end fullback this way. 2 receivers to the right. They're going to give it. Velker, he'll keep it. He's got Miller to beat, and he just runs out of bounds to take him right back to the initial line of scrimmage.
18 looks like 2nd and 12.
See officially where they mark it. They'll mark it right at the 21-yard line, so not quite to the initial.
Looks like Cade was reading that near side D end, and as soon as he closed down enough, he pulled that, ran around the outside.
You saw the motion that they gave Blanke the first time.
Yep.
They gave it to him that time. Velker reading and made a good read there for a gain of about 6. Snap back, play action.
stepping up in the pocket. He's moving. He'll settle. He's going to air one out deep. Muntz. Oh, it went right through the hands of Muntz at about the 47-yard line. Just a bit too high. It could almost, if Chaz Blanke would have let him know. Could have been a little tip drill there.
Yeah.
Just volleyball set. There'll be a flag on the Raiders. Once again, they'll get moved back, so it's a loss of down. It's be a legal forward pass here on the Raiders.
Forward pass against Kiel.
He was kind of indecision of run it, pass it. Yep, so it'll be 3rd and about 16. I don't hate to just tuck it down, run it, take 5 or 6 yards, set up 3rd down.
Right.
Now that's going to be the discrepancy that he's going to start to get in, as he's hit deep a couple times. Don't get greedy. 3 receivers to the right. One near side is April. They're going to hand it off to Gullickson. Gullickson with some room. He's got one man to beat, and it's not going to be enough, as it's a 12-yard run on 3rd down just to get them out of their own backyard and allow some room to punt. See, no wind, so sometimes when you get to the end of the quarter, you'll try to get the punt in before the end of the quarter just to punt with the wind. But no wind, I don't think there's a reason to snap this football. And that was just the signal from the sideline. Don't snap it. So as we head to the second quarter, Raiders lead 14-7. 2 long passes from the Raiders and a kick return that finally counted for the Storm. Get them on the board. It's 14-7 here from Fifrick Field. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio. Founded in October of 2016, Real Logistics LLC was created to support the growth and needs of their existing customers. Since then, Real Logistics has established themselves as a reputable freight brokerage service. Their team is up for every job, managing transportation needs with the skill and experience their customers have come to expect. Their family-owned values still hold true today. When you hear Real Logistics, you can expect individual attention, personal responses, caring attitudes, and sincere appreciation for their business partners. Real Logistics values the opportunity to earn your trust and business each and every day. For all of your logistic needs, visit Real Logistics. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel, your team of real estate professionals for over 20 years. Contact Crest at 920-894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest Real Estate, experience with results. We're back here on Kiel Raider Radio as the Raiders are set to punt here from their 26-yard line. Started the drive, their last drive on the 20-yard line with a 1:17 to play in the first period. And it was positive play penalty, and a near Grant Muntz haul for about the 50-yard line that was incomplete. So the Raiders will punt here from the 26-yard line. Low bouncing punt. It's going to bounce right past Carlson. See if he tries to pick it up. He's going to let it roll, and it's going to settle at the 21-yard line. A good punt there from Zorn. 53-yard punt there.
Friendly roll at the end.
But not, yeah, 2 dangerous guys back there. A line drive punt, make them make a decision. If they're going to field it, make them field the ground ball.
Absolutely.
So from the 21-yard line in 11:47 on the second quarter clock, it'll be the Storm to take over on offense for the second time tonight. Their first offensive drive was riddled with penalties. Here as we see a different quarterback in an I formation. It's a little fullback trap, to Eccles. Behind the center is, I believe it is number 18, Brett Paulson, the sophomore. As a freshman, he was the only person to attempt a pass outside of Mitchell Thompson last season. Probably who the Raiders had figured would be the starting quarterback coming into this one. But they went with Stangl on the first drive. We'll see if that becomes a theme of Stangl and Paulson rotating. 2 receivers to the far side. Tight end near side I formation here for the Storm. on 2nd and 6. Snap back to Paulson. They'll give it on the ISO. It's Carlson who stood up, breaks a tackle, and is pushed back. He was stopped right at the line of scrimmage, but spun out of a tackle and escaped for an extra 2 or 3 more. So it'll be 3rd and 3 here from the 27, 28-yard line.
I think the Raider defense got that first series nerves out of the way. They look like they're coming off a lot faster. Linebackers are moving a lot quicker than they were last series.
And that's the big thing is we talked a lot about that linebacker being willing to take on that fullback. It could have been they were in the right spot, just not going at the speed they needed to be. You know, a little fear.
Yep.
Live bullets, those are scary. 10:48 here on 3rd and 3 from the 29. Man in motion is Miller. He'll settle in on the near side as a fullback. It's a trap to Eccles. He's got some room, and he'll fall forward for about a gain of 7, and a first down comes with it.
Brought down by Landon Hager. That's enough for a score and first down.
Good little, shouldn't say misdirection, but, bring a man in motion this side. They've ran it this way a couple times with Carlson and Miller as that kind of lead blocker.
That inside trap, that's tough to keep for a linebacker, too.
And it hits so fast, especially you get your eyes in the wrong spot with that motion from Miller. Split backfield now. Under center is Paulson on the 36-yard line. Quick pass outside. April. Miller broke a couple tackles, and he'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 33-yard line. Bodies in the vicinity, and they couldn't break down and make a play.
That's what it is. He broke down, but he broke down too late.
We're in right position. The only thing about it technically,
keep that relationship.
Yep, and Kingbaum, once he knows that his guy is not getting the ball, he's got to break off, and he's that contained. Make Miller turn it into that safety. April was right there, but Miller could just run around him. So we 1st and 10 here from the 33. Inside their own territory. 9:20 to play here in 1st and 10. I formation. It's Eccles and Carlson. It'll be a little counter for Carlson. Falling forward after about a gain of 5 to turn it into a gain of 6 or 7. So he's brought down by Bryce Gullickson. It'll be a 2nd and 4 here from the
2nd and 4.
25-yard line. Interesting there, the defense chant when the defense isn't in play. It's bold strategy, Cotton. 2nd and 4 here for the Storm. Split backfield. Ballsman again under center. He's going to give it with Eccles. Pitts in there right away, and Muntz came in to clean it up. Good read there by Pitson. And those are the ones that they tell you on Monday and Tuesday, hey, this might be one where we can sneak a tackle for a loss because we know what's coming, we know how it's coming, and that seemed to be what they got there.
When you read your keys like that, you get that first quick good step.
And it was always easiest for me on the counters because there was always somebody telling you
where
it was coming back.
Going.
Yep. 3rd and 3 here from the 26-yard line. The Raiders are going to have to stop them for 2 yards here. Or 2 times, excuse me, as it's 3rd and short. Give it to Carlson. He's got some room, ran into a man, and fell just outside the 20-yard line. He'll mark him at the 21, and it'll be a first down for the Storm. That's going to be kind of in the equation. If they want to win this game, they got to stop Kewaunee on 3rd and 4th and short because Carlson's ripping off 3, 4, 5 yards at will.
This is where I want to see those senior linebackers, those senior defensive players for Kiel really vocalize to your other teammates, hey, red zone,
what's going on.
Let's go.
Yep. Bend, don't break. It's the name of the game. Split backfield. Paulson will give way near side Carlson. He'll run it across the 20-yard line, inside the 20, right at the 15-yard line for a gain of 6 on first down. That's the other thing. They get chunk runs like that on first down. It makes their play calling really easy. This is a spot. Play action. They run it, run it, run it. It looks exactly like a run, and they sneak out that tight end on a little flood. I formation here. This time it's Wisnicki deep in the backfield. Eccles the fullback. On 2nd and 4, the snap goes to Paulson. ISO, far side, it's Hager. And there to clean it up, and the Storm are inside the 10. Now if it was Bender break on the 21-yard line, it's big time bend right now. First and goal from the 8-yard line. They've bled almost 6 minutes off the clock here. Split backfield, it's Eccles and Carlson. They have two big bodies as Paulson's under center. Tight end to the far side of the formation. Tight splits here for the Storm as they'll give to Carlson. Looking to bounce it outside, and right there to clean it up is Bryce Gullickson.
Carlson, the ball carrier brought down by Ben Kingbaum.
Who was that out there setting the edge?
It was Ryan Schad was the defensive end on that far side, and it was just a good collective effort on that edge. Bryce Gullickson, Ben Kingbaum.
2nd and goal from the 9.
Or excuse me, that's Owen McNatt at middle linebacker instead of Ben Kingbaum. Trying to give him a little break here. I formation once again. Now they switched back to Stengel. I formation. I bet he's a better runner.
Fumble.
Ball on the ground, Stengel. Clayton, if I had to go into their mind there, Stengel is a good athlete. He was a wide receiver last year and had some success. That was going to be a naked boot, if I had to guess.
Yeah, well, you can see even his stance.
How he wanted to get that fake, and he wanted to open up and get
right
out
away
to that far side and get out that far side edge.
I think that's why he probably fumbled the snap. He was getting too excited.
Yeah, he's
pulled
like,
away too early.
I got a chance to score a touchdown here. But he's in there once again. We'll see if they go back to it. Now it's 3rd and goal from the 12-yard line. Two receivers near side, tight end to the far side. They're going to play action.
There it is, bootleg.
He's going to dump it. April, knocked down. Middle of the second effort, no success. As Braden April read that play action flood like a book, but there's a flag on the play.
Holding.
And that's a dumb flag if you're the Raiders.
Roughing the passer against the Raiders.
Can't have those type of mistakes in the red zone, Clayton.
No. Those are backbreakers.
You have them stopped.
Yep.
You set up a 4th and goal from the 12-yard line, and it's foolish. I know it's a little different when he's a runner, right? But
you see that ball away, you got to do everything in your power to just not hit him.
Oh, I'm hearing from the replay booth that was a weak call. I'll choose to believe it. Grant Muntz is pretty smart. And if split backfield, they give it to Carlson. Little trap on the inside. Little dive.
Carlson, the ball carrier. Brought down by Joy Friend.
If you're the Raider defense right now, you know what's coming.
Yep.
2nd and goal.
So we're hearing perhaps maybe a little flop job from Stengel, but he's got to try to score the football too. Don't even give him the opportunity to flop. 2nd and 3 here. Split backfield. Stengel under center. Switched quarterbacks after Paulson took most of the drive. It's going to be Carlson once again, breaking outside. Touchdown. They're an extra point away from tying this one up, are the Storm.
You know, as much as I don't like saying it, it's a good job by that Stengel, number 22.
Yep.
Just weaving his way through the line, being patient, looking for the gap.
So officially a 3-yard run from the senior Owen Carlson.
Maddox Miller set to kick. Thomas Stengel.
Going to be Miller for the point after. Nearly blocked it. A good effort there.
Millimeters away.
Extra point is good.
So it's a nearly, it's an 8-minute and 7-second drive for the Storm as they cash in on their first touchdown from scrimmage after scoring their first one on a kick return. So we're all square at 14 after the Raiders led 14-0. So it's 14 unanswered here from the Storm. Think too, not a lot of seniors. You get up 14-0, everything's kind of going good. You know, like
Right.
you take a step off the gas, like.
It's just that's that youth.
Yeah.
No experience. You got to keep going 100% of the time.
But this is great for this team. Got punched in the mouth a few times. Now you got
See
to
how
figure
they
out a way.
respond.
Let's respond here. You got 3:40 to put some points on the board. Kewaunee starts with the ball in the second half. So get a score here, and then we're just playing ball in the second half. It's Zorn and Schaefer deep. Heels on the 5-yard line. Anything that goes over their head, they're just going to let bounce. As Miller, the swing of the right foot from the 40-yard line. It's a low bouncing kick. It's fielded by Schaefer. Trying to sift his way through some bodies. He's brought down at the 23-yard line.
Brought down by number 40, Tyler Van Gotham.
So they'll take over with 3:33 on the clock. Try to score their first points here in the second quarter.
For the Raiders.
1st and 10 here from the 23-yard line. Zorn near side along with Muntz and Blanke. On the far side, all by himself, is Braden April. They'll give. Gullickson breaks a tackle.
Bryce Gullickson, the
Just
ball
nothing there for him.
No. Energy's starting to pick up on that far
You
sideline.
can feel it. This is when Cade's got to take control of that huddle. Be like, hey, guys.
We're all right.
Yeah.
Relax. Because that's especially up front. We've both been in huddles where you got offensive linemen blaming offensive linemen, and you got, I can't block this guy. Hey, everybody,
Relax.
shut up, relax. We're going to find something that works. 2nd and 10 here from the 23-yard line. All square at 14, 2:50 and bleeding off that second quarter clock. It's going to be a false start.
That I didn't see.
.58, they gave a number. I don't know if we're supposed to say that, though. Is that against the code?
I'll keep my mouth shut.
I just call it like I see it. To a flaw. 2nd and 15. Clock is running. Inside, 2 minutes and 40 seconds. Well, that bunch formation again on the near side. On the far side by himself is Braden April. They're going to give it on the sweep. It's with Gullickson. Hops inside, back to the initial line of scrimmage. It'll set up a 3rd and they'll give him an extra 1, so it'll be 3rd and 9. Now you got to let this play clock bleed, I think.
Oh, yeah, definitely, absolutely.
3rd and 9.
Take all the play clock. You still give your chance. There's plenty of time. You'll get the ball. If you take the clock down, minute 40, still plenty of time. But now you're thinking about how can we counter that Kewaunee attack if they get the ball back. 2 receivers to the left. Tight end, fullback near side with Muntz and Blanke. It's going to be a false start on Zorn. They knew exactly what was coming. Now the Raiders, they're anticipating, right? They're getting in a little hurry, like I need that extra half step.
Right.
It's going to be the same play call here on 3rd and 13. It should be. Clayton, we both know what's coming.
I know, and I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, I am too. Coach Talrico's favorite play.
Best thing is the clock runs again for 25 seconds.
Just let him run under it.
It is. Same play.
Give him time. Let him set. Let him air it out. 90 seconds here to play in the first half. Velker, 3-step drop. Going to get rid of it. He's
nice.
got April. He's hog-tied down
at the 35-yard line. And now here's some urgency. Get the play in and get going. Still got 3 timeouts. Plenty of time. Here's now. Make sure everybody's set. You don't need 5 yards back. You can be in a hurry, but don't rush. 3 receivers to the near side. Snap back. They're going to give it to Kingbaum on the sweep. He's got some room. Kingbaum can run. He's going to cut back at the 50-yard line, but a good call there. Mix it up. Not just pass, pass, pass.
It's a great job by Kingbaum, waiting for his blockers to get outside. What that does is Kewaunee's linebackers, they think they have to over-pursue on that. It sets up those Kiel guards just for kill shots.
Yep. And your linemen are going to – you're going to give your linemen a little pat on the butt after they score or after, they make that block.
Yep.
But your linemen are going to thank you if they're allowed to give that kill shot. They are licking their chops, and they're like, oh, boy, let's roll.
You come around that corner, and you see that linebacker. It's an
and you see
shot.
Numbers, and you're like, let's do it. The one thing, Kingbaum, he's got that breakaway speed. Just outrun him. Don't try to beat him in space. Just outrun him. But that breakaway speed got him 15, 20 yards on that run. They started the drive, the 23-yard line with 3:33 to play. Just took their first timeout of the first half. So with 1:07 on the clock and 49 yards to go, Raiders are going to try to snatch back that lead. Kingbaum still in there at running back. This too. Take yourself out of that base offense. You have the spread concepts in there. Maybe they're saving that for the second half. Running back in the right pocket of Velker, it's Kingbaum. They're going to bring some pressure. Play action, gets rid of it. He's got Zorn, makes a man miss. Dancing, Zorn. Stood up right at the 39-yard line. They're going to try to get a play in here. Got to go.
I like that throw by Cade, too. Read it, see it, throw it.
Get it out of there. Because the quicker it gets out there, the more space you give your athlete, probably the best athlete on this offense, to make somebody miss, and he did just that. 3 receivers to the near side. Play action. Velker's got to get rid of it. He's got Zorn. Tried to deliver a kill shot. Did. Number 3, that was Thomas Stangl.
Good job by Zorn to really absorb that hit and stay on his feet.
He's got so many flashes of who? Hunter Sharonbrock. He's not quite there yet, but he's got the moxie. Yeah. He's got the tools to be that guy, that type of guy. He's not going to be Hunter, but he's got the keys to be that type of guy. Where you can just...
We're a little biased, too, though.
We are. But kind of unfortunately for Zorn is he hasn't gotten the opportunity to play under some of those guys. For so long, it was that slot receiver that got to sit behind some guys and learn. It was Carter. It was Dane. It was Hunter. They all got to sit behind each other and kind of learn. And when you're ready, you make an explosion. There's a lot of people that weren't ready for Hunter, how fast he came on the scene. There's a lot of people that didn't expect that because they didn't see him. He's always had that ability, though.
10 for Kiel from the 31.
It's high compliments for Zorn. 30 seconds on the clock. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. 2 receivers, tight end and fullback to the near side. It's Zorn and April on the far side. Play action. They're just going to get rid of it. Zorn was nearly down.
Pass complete to Zorn.
And now you just took your last time out of the half.
With the tackle.
The safety playing off Zorn there was at least 15 yards off.
Yeah. So you take the 5-yard throw in hopes that he can beat him to that first down, stop the clock, get a play in. Now here's the tough part. Is Kiel's pass game is all kind of created off that pass game. Now when they get in these pass spots, it's tough. It's tough for every team in pass-only spots.
Yep.
But when you have the threat of the run and you can create a lot of your pass game off your run game actions and motions, that's a huge advantage. So it's going to be up to the wide receivers to execute. You're going to have to make a guy miss, right? You're going to have to find the ball in space and make a play. They have the playmakers to do so. It's just time for them to make a play. So it'll be 23 seconds. Raiders don't have a timeout.
This is where you got to be smart too, Cade. Don't take a sack.
No. And still don't take a chance.
Yep.
It's second down. You got 20 seconds left. You still have 2 opportunities to go at the end zone. I think this is the down to go at the end zone. 2 receivers to the far side, 2 to the near side.
Single coverage out on top.
Zorn.
Got out of bounds.
He's got Pitson.
Nice
He just
work.
checked down. Velker had Zorn. But a good check down. Just take what they'll give you.
Yep.
And this, too, not a bad idea because now it's a 20 yards in rather than 30.
First down with 19 seconds left. You can easily get off 3-4 plays.
Yep.
Move those chains.
Raiders got to be quick out of the huddle still. Every second matters here. 19 to play. Ball on the 21-yard line. Raiders knocking on the door. Play action.
No!
Velker sacked. They got to get up to the line of scrimmage.
Hustle.
The last thing you could do.
Hustle.
Spike it, hustle! Spike the ball!
You got to get set. Just call something. Get set. They're not going to get a play off here.
Yeah, confusion.
And that takes us to halftime. 14-14.
It'll come with experience, Connor.
I don't like the play call.
It's a long developing play.
Especially when the last thing you can do is what, Clayton?
Take a sack.
Take a sack. Because it's always a rushed throw.
Right.
You got bodies flying, especially the way that how hard they've been coming on their pass rush for him to drop back. Now he's got to get, especially him being a lefty, he's coming
opposite shoulder.
Yep.
That's a tough throw.
So he's got to get his hips turned. There's a lot that has to go right. And I don't know if he had the opportunity to even get rid of it.
No.
They
were in there quick.
In a hurry. So it's all square at 14 here. The Raiders had a chance at the 21-yard line to punch it in, but it'll be Kewaunee to start with the ball in the second half, and us all square here at 14. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio, so we'll take our break at halftime. Tonight's Kiel Raider football game is proudly supported by... Are you looking for someone to build your new house, or maybe remodel your old, aging home? Maybe you need some small work done, like installing a storm door or a new window. Those little home improvements that you just can't find the time for, or maybe you just don't know how. Well, Albright Again Home Improvements has you covered, where no job is too small. If interested, give us a call at 920-894-7507 or shoot us an email at albrightagainllc@yahoo.com. Located in Kiel, call Albright Again Home Improvements for all your home improvement needs. Thinking of starting a new business or have an existing one? Stop in at Graphics Custom Vinyl and Signs, located on the corner of Park Avenue and 6th Street in Kiel. We have 15 years of experience with applying vehicle graphics, making signs, and creating logos. We also now carry apparel. So if a new business is in your future or you have an existing one, stop in and see how we can help. And most importantly, go Raiders. We are back here on Kiel Raider Radio, all square at 14 apiece. So the Raiders, to give you a little game summary, they scored first as it was Velker who rolled left and found Muntz in the middle of the end zone. 22-yard pass from Velker to Muntz got the scoring started. It was Kewaunee that then thought they had tied it up at 7 with a kick return touchdown before a flag brought it back.
flag-riddled possession forced them to punt with about 2:13 to play in the first quarter. And then Velker rolling left again, found April deep for a 52-yard pass that hung about 40 yards in the air.
Great job, dance team.
Got the Raiders a 14-0 lead. But then Kewaunee struck for the first time on a kick return from Carlson, about a 77-yard kick return from Carlson. Get the scoring started for the Storm. It was then the Raiders who were forced to punt after a drive stalled, allowed the Storm to bleed down the play clock, the game clock, and punch in a 3-yard run from Carlson after about a little over an 8-minute drive, and the Raiders had them stopped. They had a 3rd and 12. They had a 4th and 12 set up before a roughing the passer call was, 50-50 roughing the passer call brought them back. Questionable. But nonetheless, we're all square at 14, and it's 0-0 here as we get set for a fun second half.
Absolutely. I'm excited for it.
You can always expect a good game with Kewaunee. They're well coached. They're going to play solid. And with all the teams that run the ball, they're never going to play themselves out of the game unless you get them in a passing downs, passing situations, or get a lead. Kiel had the lead. They had one of the 3 done. They had a 14-0 lead, a chance to really maybe force some urgency by Kewaunee. Maybe not an air raid, but now instead of running it 3 times, you get a pass or 2.
They can open up the playbook a little more.
But nonetheless, we're all square at 14. It's ifs, ands, and buts that kind of determined the lead and the tie, as we've now come to know. Clayton, what do you think for the Raiders? What do you see in that first half, the good?
Well, the good, I like how our linebackers are playing. It's not easy sifting through all that. It's a big jumble of mess up front. When you run I formation and you're just giving it right up the middle every time, that's hard to sift your way through.
Yeah.
I like what I'm seeing out of the D tackles. They're staying low for the most part. They're keeping their guys off the linebackers, and the linebackers are able to fill and make tackles.
Yeah, but defensively, they've done a good job. Technically, they got to find a way to get off the field.
Yep.
Like, you can be, I don't want to say bad, but if you find ways to get out of 3rd down, get to 4th down, you're going to find ways to be a really, really good defense.
Part of that is not shooting yourself in the foot.
Yep. You can't have penalties. You can't make mistakes, and you can't allow them to rip off 5, 6, 7 yards on 1st down, right? Because a team that runs a lot, if you set them up with 2nd and 3, they're going to say, okay, we're going to get a 1st down and 2 runs.
Right.
They trust them. That's their game plan. Focus on those 1st downs. Now you got 2nd down, 2nd and 8, 2nd and 9. A little bit more of a decision. It's probably still 70-30 run pass, right? Now you get them 3rd and long, and now they're pretty predictable. And when they're predictable, their pass game is not very complex.
Right.
What's going to come.
Yep.
The coaching staff has prepared you. And
we know for sure this coaching staff has prepared them.
Yep.
Especially if the kids are watching their film.
Yeah, if they're taking care of what they need to take care of. Now, the bad. What do we need to see from Kiel in the next 24 minutes? They come out of here and want to know.
What I want to see is a leader. Doesn't have to be a senior, doesn't have to be a junior. I want to see someone really take control of that defense or take control of that offense, Someone just to be vocal, calm everyone down. It seems like they're jittery out there. You could definitely tell on this last drive.
With the false starts.
Yep.
You can see it's a half step here, it's a half step there.
That's when you just need someone to grab you by the shoulder pad like, hey, it's okay. Calm down and take a breath.
And part of that is you have to be unselfish enough to know that somebody's going to make the play. You don't have to be the guy to make the play, right? The false starts with the guys on the edge. They're in a hurry like, I got to make my man miss. Yeah, you got to make your man miss, but there's a lot of guys that can make plays in this team. That's one of the strengths of it.
Right.
You got 3, 4 guys on the outside that can really make plays. So trust your teammates. Be unselfish enough to just do your job, offensively and defensively.
Right.
Now, from the Storm, offensively, what is the kind of key for the Raiders? Well, Kewaunee on offense, Kiel on defense. What's the goal for them? What's the key
to stopping that ISO because they're just throwing it for 5, 6, 7 yards.
That ISO, it all starts from the big boys down low. Your 2D tackles on the inside, they have to get out of their stance quick. They need to fill their gaps. You can't get pushed off to the side. You need to be a run stuffer. You need to hold your spot, hold your position, because that makes those running backs weave around, dance in the backfield. Then your linebackers can really tee up on them.
And these are the really, really tough games to be a defensive lineman.
Oh, absolutely.
Because you're not making any plays.
I know.
But guess what? If you think for just a little second that you can make the play, your linebackers aren't making the play. And then your safeties are one-on-one with the running back that's big and strong and physical.
Yeah.
It's not a recipe for success.
It brings me back to that Wrightstown game, 2019. D tackles, I don't know if any of them made a tackle that entire game, but they played their position perfectly every single play.
And obviously we go back to that a lot because that's our experience.
Yep.
That's on paper, the most successful team in school history. The strength of that team was the unselfishness.
Right.
I said there was probably more talented teams, probably our freshman year, that team that lost in Two Rivers. That team was probably more talented. Guess what? They didn't play in Camp Randall, Clayton.
Yeah, you know.
So if you're listening in, you can tweet us at Radio Kiel or email us at KielRadarRadio@gmail.com. See if we can get some scores from around the area. Chilton played yesterday. They beat Crivets in the home opener. Their brand new state-of-the-art stadium. Kind of replicates what we have here at beautiful Fifrick Field.
It's about time they got rid of that bowl.
Yeah. That was a slip and slide.
Yeah.
Let's see. No score from Valders. Valders is playing Southern Door. That, I bet Clayton, is going to be an ugly one.
Who'd you say that was?
Southern Door and Valders. Southern Door is the projected one in the Packerland. They won the Packerland last year. Returned to starting quarterback. I think their leading tackler, who was the defensive player of the year in the conference. So, and Valders with a coaching change, I believe that came late July.
Oh no, that's.
So you're already playing at a disadvantage with a coaching change. Now that coaching change comes less than a month before the season.
That's getting thrown into the fire.
Yep. Let's see here. Manitowoc Lutheran leads Roncalli 7-0. That was after the first quarter. See if I can get you an updated one. It's 13-0 Manitowoc Lutheran against Roncalli at halftime. So we'll take you to break here as we hear a word from our sponsors. Just a reminder that tonight's curated football game is proudly supported by Todd Olig, Nadler Tile and Flooring, Gravel Pit Bar and Grill, Premier Financial, Crest Real Estate, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Albright Again Home Improvement, Rex Bakery, Goodfellas Barber Shop, Graphics Custom Vinyl, Real Logistics, Q Booster Club, and by members of the NAW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. You're listening to Kiel Raider Radio. Back for the second half in a minute. We're all square at. Do you want a classic cut like a flat top or a modern cut like an undercut? Or are you looking for a new style altogether? If the answer is yes, stop in at Goodfellas Barbershop. Goodfellas is now a father and son business. So stop in at 630 Fremont Street for a great haircut with great service. Interested in an appointment? Visit their new website at goodfellasbarbershopinc.com or call 920-894-HAIR. Goodfellas Barbershop. Cut the way you like it. Looking to replace the living room floor? Do you want to update the bathroom? Call Nadler Tile and Flooring. Whether it's a walk-in shower or renovating the backsplash, switching to hardwood, or are you installing carpet? Nadler has you covered. And new this year, you can now visit their showroom, Signature Flooring and more. This new showroom is for everyone, from flooring installers to DIYers. Find the flooring you need to complete your new kitchen or an updated bathroom by visiting Signature Flooring and More, located next to Dollar General in Kiel. Nadler Tile and Flooring and Signature Flooring and More has you covered, from installation to selection to tool rental.
Call Ryan today at 920-286-6041 for all of your flooring needs. As with most other things in life, the key to achieving your long-term financial objectives is preparation. Your goal may be to protect your family during your working years or guarantee your own retirement security. These things won't happen by accident. It is important to map out a strategy that will help you meet those goals. The good news is that it is never too late to start. Of course, preparing your financial future can be intimidating. Luckily, you do not have to do it alone. Putting your strategy into action starts with a simple phone call to your local New York Life agent, Todd Oleg. You can find Todd on the 300th block of Fremont Street in Kiel. Todd brings knowledge and expertise to help families and businesses in Kiel and surrounding communities achieve financial success. He looks forward to seeing you soon. Go Raiders! Go Kiel Raiders! Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com. Are you looking for a sweet treat, delicious pastries, fresh donuts? How about the best fresh baked bread or hard rolls? Rex Bakery, serving up the delicious bakery that we have come to love. Check out their retail location right in downtown Kiel at 319 Fremont Street, or give them a call to set up a wholesale account for your business. Your fourth generation hometown bakery, Rex Bakery, family owned since 1908. Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. $2.25 burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, pick a wrap and fries for $10 on Tuesdays, and get yourself a steak sandwich and fries or maybe a perch basket with fries or potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. And finish off your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries for just $10 on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. That's 920-894-8493. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57. We are back here, start the second half. Just reset the clock to 3 minutes, about 2:15 on the game clock. So, see what we have in store here for the second half, but I'm excited. Expected a good game, expected some fireworks and some good football, and I think we've gotten exactly that.
Yes, we have.
Saver should be live on Facebook, but I don't think we are, so all you Facebook listeners, you guys can message us on Facebook. Currently in talks with the owner of the Kiel Lounge to televise all Kiel Raider radio, Kiel Raider football games on their TVs at that fine establishment. Gravel Pit, I think, is in for, they should have all the games on the TV. So, Buddha, if you're listening, and you can tweet at me or you can text me. Love to hear from you if you guys are listening in from the Gravel Pit.
Just had a cheeseburger there before I headed over, and it was phenomenal.
I have, like, there's no PTSD, but I have such a fear of, like, eating big meals before, like a cheeseburger. That's going right through me, Clayton. You know, like, you got a better stomach than I do.
Thank you. I don't know if that was a compliment.
Oh, it is.
I mean, I'm just a wreck anyways, nervous, and
Maybe a bigger stomach than you.
I don't know about that. Just. What's the score? Craig just gave us a score from Random Lake in New Holsting. Unfortunately for me, is I heard the end of it.
Chris, can you get a score on this for me? Craig, just ask Craig.
26-6, New Holsting over Random Lake. Random Lake was at their scrimmage last week, Keels. They suited up just 18 guys.
Random Lake did?
Yeah.
Wow.
That might be Carter's girlfriend. You recognize that girl? That's not, no? That's someone's phone.
Raiders huddled up. Just hope they kick it away from Carlson.
Well, you have to.
You have to. I think ideally you kick it on the numbers in between the 30 and the 20.
Yeah.
Make them come and run up on it and make a play.
Now, if you're Kiel, you got to remember, those two 36 and
Kiel's a man short.
41. If they receive that ball on a good kick, they can still hand it off to 22 on a reverse or something, on a pitch back. You got to watch for that.
That's PTSD, Clayton.
I know.
You know from exactly.
I know. I didn't want to say anything, but I had to bring it up.
The infamous Martin Luther, 2018.
And they go.
Line drive. Be fielded by Miller. He's got some room near side. Kingbaum trying to squeeze the hole, and it's going to be Pitson to clean it up. Just a good job there by Kingbaum to squeeze in that.
Yep.
There was no help, no lane integrity.
That's what happened. They got bumped out of their lanes. That's one thing that's super important, especially on kickoff. Running down, but keeping your lane, squeezing the ball to the inside.
So they're going to start at the 47-yard line with 11:53 to play in the third quarter. It'll be the first drive here of the second half. The Kewaunee Storm on offense as they're all square at 14 apiece. I formation. It's Eccles and Carlson. Stangl under center. Counter, far side.
Nice hit.
Shoestring tackle there for Bryce Gullickson. He's on the ground. His number was hidden. I wasn't sure who got there. But it's again, gain of 4 on first down. They're good. 4. I went to Kiel, but my math tells me that's 12 yards, and that's always good for a first down. 2nd and 6 here from the 43-yard line. High formation. Little trap. It's with Eccles. It's got some room. It's going to be a holding. This play's coming back. I was waiting for the flag, but 2 flags. It's Hunter Pitson who was held as he was looking to clean that one up on the near side.
He had a perfect pursuit angle, but it's hard to get there when you're getting bear hugged.
Yep. How does he have 2 flags in his pocket? So it's going to be holding. It's going to be a spot foul from the 42-yard line, so they'll take it from the, as Brendan would say, the 52-yard line. I think that was one of my favorite moments. I think it was the first game here last year, so that must have been Sheboygan Falls. And Brennan was obviously out of shape a little bit, I think. And all on the 52-yard line for the Falcons. And Coach Rumpf and I just looked at each other like, excuse me? So it's going to be 2nd and 15 here from the 48-yard line. Now in their own territory. On the other side of the 50-yard line now after they started on their own side. It's Carlson with some room. Stood up and sent back after a gain of 4 yards. It'll be 3rd and 11 here from the 47-yard line. Can think still might be 4 down territory, Clayton.
Across the 50. I don't know. Tie game.
It really depends. I think they're running it here. They get 5 or 6 yards. And
well, they're in, what do they got, your shotgun?
Now they're
you
in
can
shotgun.
expect to run,
can
bunch
expect
right.
A pass,
trips
or
right.
maybe a little draw. 3 to the right, single receiver to the left. Carlson in the left pocket of Stengel. He's going to drop back to pass, looking to get rid of it. He's got a man. It's Miller, and perfect coverage was Gullickson. He just got underneath it.
It's a great job by him finding your number 2 receiver, staying on him, not looking at the quarterback until the ball's in the air.
So we'll see what they're going to do here. Looks like some substitutions. Still a chance of a punt. Coach Eswine animated on that near sideline after Gullickson kind of threw up the incomplete. No need for that. So it's going to be 4th and 9 here from the 46-yard line. Miller back 12 yards deep. One stays away from him. They're going to punt it. Punt was out of bounds. Smart play by that gunner on the far side for the Storm. Tried to push Landon Hager into that punt. Luckily, I think it might have hit him, but it bounced out of bounds.
Yeah.
So then the ball will go back to where it was first touched, I believe. Just looks like where they have it. So it bounced out of bounds, I think, right about the 28, 29-yard line. So it'll be the Raider ball after a 93-second drive from the Storm. Raiders, first drive here of the second half. They'll start it from the 26-yard line. High snap, still give way to Gullickson. Trying to get around the edge. He's got the line of scrimmage, but nothing more, as he is swarmed by a host of
nowhere to go.
No. It seems like some of their inside runs are just hitting too slow. Right? It seems like he's being almost too patient in the backfield, taking an extra step. Now that might be how they have it kind of designed, but to me it just looks a little...
It's taking too long to hit the hole.
Yep, out of character. 2nd and 8 here. They gave him 2 on the first down run. From the 28-yard line, it'll be snapped back to Velker. Inside reverse. It's Blanke. Could have been a flag there on Eccles, who tried to come in and clean that one up, leading with that head, but didn't find Blanke for contact. It'll be 2nd and a long 5.
3rd and 4 for Kiel.
I don't think I've been right on the yardage today, Clayton.
It's all right.
31-yard line, the ball sits as the Raiders are working left to right here. Try to give this defense a break. Need a first down. Snap back, play action. He's got Zorn. Zorn should be across the first down marker. And it'll be enough for a first down. A quick hitter, the bread and butter in that short game.
Yep.
First down.
I always have to hold myself back when this, so we know all the play calls. It's like, I know exactly what that is called, and I'm like, okay.
Don't say it.
No, don't say it. Don't say it. I think that was one of Coach Eswin had a conversation before last year. He's like, you know you can't say that stuff, right? I never did, but he's like, just so you know. He's not a man that worries more in this world than the head ball coach. Bunch formation again to the near side. Lone receiver to the far side is April. It's Kingbaum. He's got some room, but a flag, probably motion before the snap. That would be my guess.
He's got some speed, too. You can see
he has another gear.
Junior?
Senior.
Senior.
Yeah. So that means that either Grant Muntz or Braden April were not on the line of scrimmage. Big penalty again.
I know it's
8-yard run, and they're now 1st and 15 instead of 2nd and 2.
The classic Dressler quote, 90% of football is played on the top 10% of your body.
Yep. And, you know, you're young. You think you know everything. You don't understand that. A lot of mistakes.
Part of it is, too. It's just jitters of the first game.
Yep. Those officials on the side are there to help you. Now they're going to split it. 3 receivers. Now Zorn's set out wide. So they'll give it to Kingbaum. Trying to sift through some contact. His knee was down after a gain of 2. A long one. Second and 13 or 14.
Gain of 1, second and 14.
Second and 14.
That air raid is going nuts. It is unbelievable.
Second and 14, ball on the 34-yard line. Raiders started this drive with 10 minutes on the game clock. Nearing the 7-minute mark, 3 minutes into this drive. They're going to send Eccles on a blitz. Velker gets rid of it. April dropped it. Had some room to run, but heard some footsteps and didn't secure the catch first. So now the Raiders behind the sticks. That would have been a perfect completion, a good play call there. Try to set up second and more manageable.
You know, and like you said, heard those footsteps and you get really excited. You see that ball coming, you're like, oh, I'm ready to turn up and run.
Yep, especially when you have...
Gotta look it into your hands first.
Especially when you have the explosiveness of April. You can make something happen out of nothing every time you touch the ball. Some confusion on the defensive end. Man in motion. It's Zorn. Slant, near side. April dropped it again.
Pass incomplete.
It's a little slow to get up. He took a shot. Kind of a dangerous play call as they brought that slant into the near side. Not a lot of room for that ball to... Not a lot of room for a win. There's not a window.
Right. It's really tight on that side.
But I think one of these times they're setting up that Zorn jet sweep. Right when they need it, they're going to have it. And it might bust them deep. 6:55 on the game clock. Here's the clock stopped after the incompletion. Zorn back deep to punt. He had a low line drive punt that went a long way. This time it's a knuckleball that just settles, and it went about 15 yards. A 19-yard punt officially.
Kewaunee ball, 1st and 10 from the 47.
So the Raider drive stalls out, and unfortunately for this Raider defense is they're not backed up again, but right around midfield.
I want to see something out of the D tackles here.
I formation. 2 receivers to the far side, tight end near side. Eccles the fullback. They're going to give it to Carlson. Far side, he's going to bust it outside. And Carlson is going to break this one for a 53-yard touchdown. One play, 6 points for the Storm. It was Braxton Rhea that they were running right behind, and he manhandled the defensive end on that far side, and it was Carlson off to the races. Carlson, 53 yards, the 6:34 mark.
Someone's going to have to make a play here. You can just feel the momentum swing going in the opposite direction of Kiel right now.
Now 21 unanswered for the Storm. It's up and through the uprights. 21-14, the Storm lead. Just a reminder that a proud supporter of the Booster Club, or a proud supporter of Raider football, is the Kiel Booster Club. They provide support for all students in all co-curriculars at Kiel High School. The Kiel Booster Club raises funds through a variety of events, including the Kiel Triathlon, raffles, uncorked, and concessions to financially support all co-curriculars and enhance the experiences of the members of Kiel High School. They create opportunities beyond KASD's budgetary contributions. Find out more info at kielboosterclub.com or follow us on Facebook at Kiel Booster Club. So the Raiders haven't scored since the 1:32 mark of the first quarter, Clayton.
Yeah.
Amy Price listening in. Thanks for the comment.
Miller going to touch back his last kickoff. Probably try to do much of the same here. This would be one if the Raiders could get a kick return and just get him into plus territory.
Need something to happen.
Kewaunee winning the battle of field position. It's a line drive. Schaefer is just going to let it bounce. As get a message in from Cassandra Gimby, listening from San Jose, Costa Rica. Love my number 25, even though he is still healing and can't play. Thank you for the live broadcast so we can still watch. Go Raiders. Thanks for listening in, Cassandra. Costa Rica sounds pretty good about right now.
Costa Rica sounds awesome.
Although I don't think I'd rather be anywhere else but right here, right now, Clayton.
Oh, absolutely.
It's football season.
It's getting nice, cool, crisp. Sun went down, lights are on, and it's Friday night.
20-yard line is where the Raiders will start this drive. They're going to give it to Gullickson. There was a Rhea in there to disrupt that one. And I lost a 3. You can't give up on the run.
No.
But you got to find a way to make the run easier. They've been awfully predictable of what they're doing on first down tonight, Clayton.
Yeah, they have.
Second and 13 here, ball on the 17. Same play, went right back to Gullickson. This time it's good for a gain of 3. They're right back to the line of scrimmage. 2 runs, go nowhere, and we're back at 3rd and 10.
Tyler Van Gotham. 3rd and 10 for Kiel.
Need to find something here if you're Kiel. All the momentum on the Storm side. Kewaunee running the ball down their throat kind of at will here in the last couple drives.
Yes, they have.
Raiders need to give their defense a break. Just a first down here. Get some breathing room. 3rd and 10 from the 20. Velker dropping back. It's tipped at the line of scrimmage, and it falls through the hands of Rhea, and it's incomplete. Run, pass, and they knew the pass was coming, Clayton.
Who's going to be that guy, Connor? Who's going to be that guy to make a play?
Step up.
Carlson back to receive. Zorn set.
They need a momentum-changing play.
Right.
Kick returns are momentum-changing plays, Clayton.
Special teams.
The game has changed since that kick return.
Yes, it has.
That's a much better punt. But instead of bouncing like it did the first time, it settled and checked up right at the 46-yard line. We've said it a couple times. It's gut check time for this Raider defense.
Yes,
This is the biggest drive of the game for them.
If you can get a quick 3 and out, get your offense back on the field, make something happen. It's that simple, right?
I wish it was. A minute and 21-second drive for the Raiders. 1st and 10 here from the 46-yard line. This is where you don't want to be playing against Kewaunee from behind, because they are just very happy running it and running it and running it. I formation. Carlson the deep back. Under center is Stangl. ISO. Near side. What a hole.
Carlson, the ball carrier,
8 on first down.
Gain of 8.
You know, at some point, it's technique, but you just got to want it more than the other guy. You just got to want it more.
You got to have some fight in you.
Right.
Some heart.
If you make a mistake going 100%, you can recover from that mistake pretty easily.
And guess what? They're still not going to bust a play that deep most times. So you're making something happen playing that fast. I'll send Miller in motion. We're going to run right behind him. It's Carlson with a lot of room again, and they are just picking 7-8 yards at a time.
Brought down by Kewaunee in April. That's enough for a Storm. First down.
I'm not seeing those linebackers fill and pursue as fast as they were in that first quarter either.
And not only do you get tired, but some linebackers, I took 3 ISOs in a row. I'm going to take a fourth one off, and guess what? That's what they want you to do.
It.
1st and 10 here from the 40-yard line. I formation once again. Can expect we're going to see here from
there we go.
the Storm. This time they got
now we build off of it.
One positive play, turn it into 2.
Down by Bryce Gullickson.
The difference in that run, not only was Gullickson in the hole, but it was Wisniewski instead of Carlson.
No gain, 2nd and 10.
Get a stop here. This is a play, 2-3 yards or nothing. Set up 3rd and long. Now if they put Carlson back on the field, it's not so predictable of what they're going to do. I formation, 2nd and 10, here from the 40-yard line. Looked like a movement there from Eccles. Looked like he flinched. Play action, it's a flood. Dumped down to Eccles, but he dropped it in the flat. There, Clayton, that's what they do.
There we go.
They paper cut, they bleed you to death. And the eyes for that outside back on the near side were in the wrong spot.
Yes, they were.
He knew it right after.
Yep.
He put his hand to his helmet. But some of the beauty of football too. When you have when you have an offense going and you can just, as a defense, you feel like I can't do anything right now. Right?
You feel like you're always wrong.
Helpless. Yep. I don't think we were ever wrong, Clayton. I was wrong. I don't think you were ever wrong.
Maybe once or twice.
3rd and 10 here from the 40-yard line. 2 receivers to the left, 2 receivers to the right. Slant arrow, Clayton. I was wrong. They burnt Blanky, but another drop. Miller dropped it. My prediction was wrong, but it's 4th and 10 now as the punt unit comes on.
Now we got the crowd into it. You can see the life on the field is even increased. Sidelines getting into it.
This is where I'd like to see, where's that quarterback on the sideline? Get your offensive line. Get everybody that's not in the game right now. Hey, let's go score one. Let's go, sustain a drive.
Grab
them
right by the face,
yes.
Mac, right in their face.
Just a little butt tap like, hey, going by. Like, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. It's that simple.
Right.
If they don't believe, then guess what? They're not going to play as hard. Looks like Muntz is going to go after this one. 4th and 10.
Ooh! It looked like it went right through his body.
Holy cow. He almost took it was the angle.
Right.
It would have just been 5 yards, but if they throw a flag there, they're going for it on 4th and 5. Yep. They're not punting that. But now it's a touchback, and again, Kewaunee has won the field position battle. The Raiders have started on the 20, inside the 30 on their last 4 drives. They've started from the 20 twice. This will be their 3rd time. They'll take over with 2:38 on the clock. It's Blanky. He's got some room. Cutting inside. Nice. He's got some room. He's tackled just by the shoestrings at the 35-yard line.
That's how I like seeing people explode through the hole.
He was gone if he breaks that tackle. And he saw green grass.
That's great vision by him, too, to cut back on the inside, let the defender overshoot him.
Wow. That would have been a momentum-changing play.
Yes.
He had a nice cut. He cut on that right foot.
His first cut was really good.
Made a man miss.
His first cut was
he just got by his shoestring.
And it's impressive for Chaz, too. He's not I want to say natural runner. He's not a natural running back. He's played running back. He's played football for this will be his 3rd season. He's played running back kind of in spurts. Where do you think he played his freshman year, Clayton?
I'll say right tackle, just because I don't know.
Left guard. And then he exploded on the track. And Jay came up to me one day because I was helping coach, and he's like, we can't play Chaz at guard anymore. I'm like, you're damn right you can. Last year he mixed in a little bit at some fullback, that F-back position. and he's mixing between that F-back and that running back. But I think this is a guy they can start to find some touches for.
Yeah, I think so. Especially after runs like that, you'll get the ball more.
Yep. And he's only going to get more comfortable running it, right? This is the live. The live is the bullets can get.
Yep.
And I had a little birdie tell me last year at the JV level, he just ran and ran and ran and was phenomenal.
Okay.
So now it's just time to see that translate. The speed is different. The bodies are different. But maybe there's some confidence involved in that too, right?
That's really exciting.
Yeah. Hopefully just cramps here from April. He's playing both sides of the ball. Probably playing more than he's accustomed to. It's warmer, but it's a big loss here, especially as they've struggled to run the ball. And they want to get the ball on the outside. It's going to be Landon Hager in. As Bart's would normally kind of be that guy to rotate with April.
Right.
And he's out. Man in motion. It's Blanke. They're going to give it to him. On the sweep, he cuts it inside. He's wrapped up, makes a man miss. And he's touched down. Looked like he just kind of slipped.
Lost his footing underneath him, yep.
Wasn't great. And now here is where, here's cramping. Now we have Blake Gardner in there at wide receiver. So
No gain,
we have
10.
Gardner and Hager on the outside. (21-14), 1:45 here to play in the third quarter. 13 minutes left in this one. 2nd and 10 here from the 38-yard line. Garner getting set, far side, play action. Velker sets. He tried for Blanke. Got away with one there. That's kind of a pre-read. That's something.
Yeah.
That's a throw that you only make if you know that's where you're going before you throw it. Because of you got to wait. Now he's got to clear a couple levels of linebackers, and then you can throw it. But little did he know, Blake Gardner was running free on that far sideline. All he had to do was put about a 10-yard pass on him, and he was running. So now again, they're backed up, 3rd and 10.
Very close to jumping there.
10 seconds here on the play clock. Not starting to count yet, but he's signaled it's getting down there. Now he'll snap. Play action. He's just going to dump one down. Gardner, he's got it around the 50-yard line. Pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. They went right back to it. What did I say? It was a 10-yard throw, and Gardner got what he needed to. The sophomore stepping in and making a difference. Just his second play from scrimmage.
Those are valuable reps, too, especially this early on in the season. Seeing playing time as a sophomore, that's very cool.
Garner's got the ability. Just a matter of kind of developing into that guy. 1st and 10 here. They're going to give it with Gullickson. Good breakdown, spins, and sublux to the ground after a gain of 5. First positive run there.
They're moving with a different
while.
speed now. You notice that?
Yep. A little bit. So even at first down, that when we were struggling on offense, we couldn't get ourselves first down.
No.
That alone, there's a little bit like, hey, can relax. Like
it's just a snowball effect.
Yeah. If you haven't gotten a couple first downs, and you're like, are we ever going to get are we ever going to get a positive play? Are we ever going to get a first down? But it's 2nd and 5 here from the 38-yard line. Gullickson in the right pocket of Velker. They're going to give it inside reverse. It's blocked. He's got some room. He tucks it inside. He's met and tied down. Not after a first down. It was.
They're giving him the rock right now.
Mitchell Bader.
That's enough for Raider.
The other thing you've seen from Blanke is he's going to take that first hit, and it's just like he's hitting an exercise ball and just bouncing right back, and he'll stay on his feet. And 20 seconds to play here. We'll see if they want to snap it. I hope they do. Nope, they're not gonna. 1st and 10. So we are at the fourth quarter. 21-14, Raiders trail the Kewaunee Storm. Take a short break and be back for the fourth quarter here on Kiel Raider Radio. Founded in October of 2016, Real Logistics LLC was created to support the growth and needs of their existing customers. Since then, Real Logistics has established themselves as a reputable freight brokerage service. Their team is up for every job, managing transportation needs with the skill and experience their customers have come to expect. Their family-owned values still hold true today. When you hear Real Logistics, you can expect individual attention, personal responses, caring attitudes, and sincere appreciation for their business partners. Real Logistics values the opportunity to earn your trust and business each and every day. For all of your logistic needs, visit Real Logistics. If you're looking to buy or sell a home, contact Crest Real Estate of Kiel, your team of real estate professionals for over 20 years. Contact Crest at 920-894-HOME or browse current listings at cresthomes.com. Crest Real Estate, experience with results. We are back here in the fourth quarter. 12 minutes to play here from Kiel High School. The Raiders trail 21-14. You're at the ball on the 32-yard line.
Huge possession right now.
Just talking about it during the ad. Biggest drive of the game for Kiel. The way Kewaunee wants to run the ball and has run the ball.
They can take off a lot of time on the clock.
If you don't score here, you're not going to get the ball back with a lot of time. And then you put yourself hog-tied in a passing-only situation. It's either a false start. A lot of pre-snap penalties here for the Raiders.
It's mental things, too. Small mental things.
But that also adds to the equation. When you're getting beat off the line of scrimmage, right?
Yep.
That's, again, you want that half step.
Yep.
It's all connected. It all adds to that mental game that we had talked about. Like, three receivers to the near side. One to the far side is Hager. Gullickson, the lone back. They're going to give it to him. Got some room. Breaks a tackle. Breaks it far side. Tries to run through a man. Falls forward.
Good hard
It's going to be a 2nd and 3. Good run there by Gullickson. Broke a tackle. Took some contact. Ran through a man. Good run.
Fighting for that extra yard.
And
that's so important.
That's the type of back they need him to be.
Right.
He has good speed. He has breakaway speed. But his job is to be physical and be strong, because they got guys that can run fast.
Some guy that can really wear down the linebackers, the D lineman.
And be patient enough to know that if I take this 3-yard run by running through him, it's going to lead to bigger. It's an inside reverse. Blanke, he just got tied down right at the line of, at the first down marker.
I'll tell you what, he is one step short of scoring on that play.
Now, twice.
I know.
He's one step short.
He's going to bust one yet. He's going to get one.
You got to throw it. I think it's... I don't know. You know where they know this ball is going. I don't. I think you take the chances of who's going to win.
Two-down territory.
Yeah. If we both know we're going to run it, who's going to win? That's what you got to think about right now. It hasn't been Kiel nearly gone. Not to say it won't be right now. It's a screen. Trying to get rid of it. He's got Gullickson in some room. And blockers. He makes a man miss. A stiff arm. Inside the 10. Dancing. One leap. Let's see if he stayed in. The indication of a touchdown. What a run. Gullickson on a screen from 24 yards out. It's a hat trick of passing touchdowns from Velker, but Gullickson did the work on that one. It was McNatt and Kingbaum that led the way, and Gullickson did just enough down that far sideline.
It's kind of hard to see how close he was to the sideline, but he was close.
He was tiptoeing it. Must have been Coach Eswine's ballerina classes paying off for Gullickson. First, it's going to be an extra point. Kick is up and good.
Extra point is good.
Gardner got it to go. And now, guess what? We get to all hold our breath, Clayton. But first, we'll remind you
And with over 15 years of experience, Dynamic Heating and Cooling is the only call you need to make for your air conditioner, your furnace, air handler, boiler, or ductless system needs. They offer free estimates so you know exactly what to expect when they come to your temperature rescue. Call 920-838-5599 for your heating and cooling needs. Dynamic Heating and Cooling supports your Kiel Raiders. An 80-yard drive capped off by a 24-yard screen pass touchdown from Velker to Gullickson. Gullickson did most of the work, though.
Yes, he did.
So a drive that was just about 4 minutes gives a tie ball game and 10.5 to play. What more could you ask for in week one? All square at 21 with 10.5 to play.
Just kick the ball out of bounds. Or try an onside kick. Right at your trainer. Or try an onside kick. Right at your trainer. Don't even think about anything else.
There it is. Angled kick. 20-yard line caught by Wisnicki. He makes a man miss. He's got some room to the middle. Now go for the ball as he was stood up. A kick that landed at the 20. Or was caught at the 20. Still a 20-yard return. So it'll be a drive again. Starts at the 40-yard line for the Storm with 10:25 to play. This is when you're like, let's play ball as a defender. Let's play ball.
These are the fun ones.
Yep. Knowing that you just got to get a stop, give your offense the ball back, and then it's out of your hands. Take care of your job here. Take care of your 6. 10:25 to play here. Ball on the 40, 1st and 10. Eccles the fullback, Carlson the deep back. Under center is Stangl. ISO, far side. They were there initially. He broke a few tackles. He broke another one, and now he's trying to run through Connor Camp. He does exactly that. Carlson is brought down at the 22-yard line. He broke about 6 tackles.
How big is he?
He's listed at 6 feet even and 200 bills.
It's a pretty big dude.
2 bills, not 200 bills. That'd be a big boy. But
it's those. What I'm noticing is we're trying to tackle way too high.
Correct.
You gotta get low, especially in a guy that big and as fast and athletic as him. You gotta get his legs. You gotta wrap up.
Don't try to be a hero and deliver the big hit. It was Gullickson that cleaned it up. The counter, near side. It's Wisnicki.
There we go.
Falls forward for a gain of 4.
Brought down by Joey Friend. Gain of 4, 2nd and 6.
4 yards on 1st down, still too much. Way too much.
Carlson back in there. Give him a 1-run breather after he ran for about a 35, 40-yard run. 2nd and 6 here from the 19-yard line. Counter. Carlson spins again. And the second spin was enough for a 1st down. Some fresh bodies coming in for the Raiders.
It's enough for a Storm 1st and...
Shot is limping off. Don't know if it's a cramp. Go down.
10 from the 11. From the 12.
Waiting for the cramp to go away, and then he was like, all right, I'm ready to go. What a huge set of plays here. They still have a 1st down on the 12-yard line, but you got to expect 2, for sure 2, probably 3 or 4 runs here inside the 12-yard line. Great to listen to your calls, Connor. Love the replay this year. Jenny Niles tuning in. Thanks for tuning in. It's 1st and 10 here from the 12-yard line. Stangl gives off. Wisnicki. He is brought down. So a gain of 6 or 7. He wasn't touched until about the 5 yards into his run.
2nd and goal from the 7.
If you're a Raider defender, I'm looking at that. Where's big number 78? And I'm watching that fullback. Where is he going?
Behind him.
I know.
The fullback starts left. He's probably coming back right. They want to run right behind big number 78, Braxton Rhea. It's 2nd and 6 here. Stengel under center. Gives it Carlson. Sifts inside, cross the goal line, touchdown.
Carlson, the ball carrier.
It didn't take them long,
Touchdown,
and they took the lead again. Not even a 2-minute drive. 1:58 for Carlson to dive in from about 8 yards out. Officially 7 yards.
Miller on for the extra point. Stengel to hold.
Big run, just set him back. A hard count and an extra point is kind of crazy.
Encroachment on the Raiders.
But the Raiders have come very, very, very close to blocking a couple kicks.
Yes, they have.
So they're just hoping that this just holds them back about a half second. But they're going to line up for the extra point once again. Much shorter kick here for... They gained a half yard on the encroachment.
Shorter play, shorter. 1 yard closer.
I think my eyes suck because all those look wide to me. They're not, but they look it.
You just want them to be. You're manifesting them to be wide.
Right. How about a... I don't know what I want right now. I want a touchdown.
Touchdowns make everything better.
I'm trying to think if I want that in the form of a kick return. I think you got to give your defense a break. You got to try to sustain a drive, and I don't know. I don't know if there's an answer on defense right now.
A nice long sustained drive here. Score. Maybe, depending on how much time's left, you go for 2 if you want to play.
Yeah.
You're at home. Play to win.
Correct. I mean, the tough part isn't they miss a couple tackles on a long Carlson run, but all the short ones, the thing that, like, I don't know if it's concerning, he's not getting touched 4 or 5 yards in. That tells that Kewaunee offensive line is dominating the line of scrimmage.
Yes, they are.
Because that means that your linebackers are getting blocked, which is what this Raider defense is schemed exactly to not allow. Yep. Keep the offensive linemen off the linebackers. Miller, swing of the right foot. Line drive, let it go. But it's caught just inside the 5-yard line. It's Zorn. Ran through a man, and he's across the 25, around the 26 or 27-yard line. Zorn's slow to get up.
Kemper Robinson with the tackle.
So this field position has been a big talking point. The Raiders' drives have started at the 24, the 20, the 23, the 26, the 20, the 20, and the 27, Clayton.
Ouch.
That's how you win football games, too. Gardner again in there at that slot. April near side. He's back in. Took a break with cramps. They're going to be a sweep. Far side, Gullickson. Breaks one man. Now trying to run through a man. It's Stengel who stood him up, and he'll just roll over 2 yards, maybe a yard, across the 40. Now at the 41-yard line. A 14 or 15-yard run on first down. Good run there.
Great job by those pulling guards, getting out quick. That's a big part of this play is you got to take your first steps and you got to go.
And they have some athletes at the guard position. Owen McNatt ran a lot of 200s for me this year. There's not a lot of offensive guards that are running a 200, and he wasn't slow. He was moving. He ran a couple varsity meets in the 200. Ryan Schad, the same thing. 7:48 to play. Ball on the 41-yard line. They're going to give it to Gullickson, who's met by Rhea. You can't run at him.
No.
So a loss of 1 now.
Loss loss of 1 second.
28-21, 7:20 to play here in the fourth quarter. Ball sits on the 40-yard line. 2nd and 11. Now April out of the game. 2 top receivers, both on the sideline. 7 minutes to play. They're going to give it to Kingbaum. Kingbaum's got some room. He's going to run outside. Nearly looked like he lost the football, but it's a run of 10 to bring up a 3rd and 1. Finding some success with that sweep on that far side.
That sweep to the short side of the field away from big 78.
3rd and 1 for Kiel.
That's the big thing. Away from 78. And keep it away from 78. Four down territory here for the Raiders, so Coach Eswine knows he's got 2 downs here. I would love a little hitch route, maybe a slant on the near side. See what they go with.
Maybe a screen.
High snap, read option. Velker swallowed up, but they threw him. That's a tough spot on the far side. This near side official has him with the 1st down. It's going to be his call. We'll see where they spot it. It should be enough. They're going to measure.
Oh, that is close.
I think he's short the way they have that marked. I think that they got a bad spot. This official on the near side had him by a half a yard. He was just lucky 70 picked him up and rolled him towards the line of gain. So we'll see here as they bring the chains out. It's a monumental 3rd and 1 run as they'll measure here. He's just short.
Oh, my.
Oh, my goodness. You got to go for it. You got to go for it. There is...
Purple and gold.
Holy cow. Clayton, I think I would have lost it.
Yeah.
I think we would have been hearing David Meyer on. You guys all would have gotten a nice feature from David Meyer. At least he would have drowned out my voice. The big boys are in. It's Gullickson for an inch. 4th and 1 to play the game here so far. High snap, he bobbled it, but he fell forward. He's got it. My goodness gracious, they don't make it easy.
It's got to be interesting. Connor got out of his seat. He is now bent over, breathing heavy. It's all right.
Holy cow. That is, Clayton, the chance you take when you got a running back there.
Yeah.
Flashbacks of Mike Endry's brick hands in the backfield and repaid purple and gold. With all due disrespect, Clayton. 1st and 10 from the 48-yard line. It was Bryce Gullickson. As a flag comes. It's delay a game? I don't know that flag where it's coming from. Is false start. Didn't get a number.
Start against Kiel.
Clayton, what did I say when we saw Zorn go in motion? They tried the slant. I think this is the time. Let him fly.
Let him have it. He hasn't touched the ball enough, in my opinion.
And that was the big struggle at times. They struggled to get the ball to their athletes on the outside last year. You got to find ways to give Zorn the ball. The way they're in this formation now, I don't think we can expect the jet here. It's 1st and 15. The ball on the 47. Play action. He's going to settle. He's got Zorn on the money, but Zorn just out of the reach.
Pass incomplete.
Good ball there. Probably the only spot he could have missed. A good spot to miss if you're gonna. Away from the defender. Still give your receiver a chance. That one was on a rope. Maybe a touch on that one.
A little more loft on it.
Yep. But the way they've been throwing that all day, it's been a 15-yard route. Hit him on a line and let him run. That time it was Nathan Kiel who kind of peeled off and ran with Zorn on the wheel route. It's 2nd and 15. Need a positive play here. Set up a 3rd and more manageable. April looming. Trying to get back on that field. 2nd and 15. Play action, little tunnel screen. Zorn near side, has some room. It's 5 yards, and it's 3rd and 10. Still 2 downs. Still 2 downs. I don't know why we're substituting our receivers right now.
I don't agree with Zorn not on the field.
Unless he's really struggling, but guess what? That's gut check time. Suck it up. You got to be in the game. 3rd and 13 here. Ball on the 49. Maybe this is a time they draw up Muntz. Maybe a screen. Velker dropping back. Looking to throw.
He's got
Muntz.
Oh!
Contact. No flag.
Pass incomplete.
And now they got a punt.
Oh, you're punting? Seriously? Hold on. Yeah, the clock. Something's wrong with the clock here.
Hold on 1 moment. Technical difficulties.
I don't know where the clock is. It should be 450. That's what mine's at. 454, yeah.
He had Muntz. Muntz got a little tripped up in that break.
It looked like he just lost his footing.
Yep. And that step was all they needed. It's a big miss. So a drive that started at 8:21 from the 27-yard line is probably going to come to end with a punt here from the 49-yard line. And the Raiders are going to try to get back into this one. And it lies on the back of their defense. So it's been 2 Carlson touchdown runs here in the second half for the Storm. The Storm, who led by 7 most of the third quarter. All of the third quarter, excuse me. All of the third quarter allowed Bryce Gullickson to score with 10:27 in the fourth quarter to tie it up at 21. Kewaunee responded quickly. In a matter of a minute and 58 seconds, Carlson struck from 7 yards after a big long run of about 50 yards. So about 4:50 to play. 4:50 to play. Raiders will punt from their 49-yard line. I think it's the right decision to punt. Still got 3 timeouts, right?
It's a tough situation. Your defense they have to stop them. They need to get a stop.
Yep, have to.
And it needs to be a quick stop, too.
I mean, you can't sell to stop the run. You can't sell to stop the run because of the play action that they have off of it. But if you don't stop the run, you're not going to get an opportunity to get the ball back. Mr. Friend tuning in. Love the Chaz story. I think you were the one that told me that story, Coach Friend. Coach football track. A new endeavor with Cedar Grove. Happy for him to have the opportunity. He's starting his own school out in Cedar Grove as the clock is now fixed. And it'll be a punt here. Raiders going to try to back up the Storm. Tense times here for the Raiders.
Zorn back to punt.
Zorn back deep. They're not going to send anybody deep. Zorn's just don't put this through the end zone. Check. It does just that at the 14 or 13-yard line. It was Saul Kobus in there to check the punt. And with 4:41 to play, Kewaunee's going to take over on offense.
Your Kiel's defense right now, I don't see Kewaunee throwing a single pass.
Nope. Even on 3rd and long, they're going to run it.
I know.
Linebackers, you have to come flying down. I don't like saying the word
I know.
sell out, but it's got to be like,
We got to try to do
you
something.
got to toe the line. You got to try to make something happen. Maybe just right on 1st down here. It's Carlson, swarmed, but now, which has been the challenge all day, is don't let him get that last little push. Once he gets stood up, he's good for a yard or 2.
I know.
Just a host of Raiders down this game, this second half especially, has been stop, go, stop, go. This time it looks like maybe his ankle got cut off. It was Joey Friend. Just hoping it wasn't cramps.
Grabbing his calf, looking like it was.
Yeah.
Oh, do you? Where's your wife? Oh.
So 2nd and 4. Excuse me, 2nd and 7 after a 3 or 4 yard gain on 1st down. I formation again. They haven't gone to the trap. Wouldn't be surprised. Try to get a quick hitter. Carlson out of the game. Eccles the fullback. Wisnicki the deep back. Counter. Gullickson. Shot. Both awaiting it. And it's stopped for no gain on 2nd down.
Very well done.
Biggest play of the game right here, Clayton. This is where it sucks because they can still run it for 7 yards here, Clayton.
I know.
But the last thing you want is to get burnt on a play-action flood. You got to be disciplined.
That's the thing, too. You got to watch out for a screen.
Yep.
You got your linebackers filling fast.
I formation, 3rd and 6, ball in the 18. Biggest play of the game here for this Raider defense. It's a toss, outside, near side. He's got room. He's across the 1st down, and he is going to not be catched.
Touchdown, Carlson.
It was a toss near side. Carlson went all the way across the field for a 82-yard touchdown.
The thing was, too, the D-back on the outside even forced them back in. That's where you need that linebacker help.
Yeah, everything started perfect, but then that's where you got to have guys flowing, doing their job.
Get your right pursuit angles.
It's an 11-man game, and that was a great example of it. They had the edge set.
I mean, my God, they turned it right into him.
Miller on for the extra point. Stengel to hold.
So it's now a 13-point game with the extra point. It'll be a 2-touchdown deficit for the Raiders and 3:14 to play. I don't know what the kicker's looking at the clock for. It's an untimed down here. Kick is up and good. It's a 14-point deficit for the Raiders. Carlson from 82 yards out. You got to pitch.
Kiel High School would like to thank the
Took it outside and just shifty. He's a good ball player, Clayton.
Yeah, he is.
for many events
Yes, he
this
is.
fall at Kiel High School. Thanks for all your help with the football and cross-country seasons. Thank you.
So what we figured would just be a bleed-out drive turns into a minute and 30, less than that, less than a 90-second drive. And an 82-yard
How about a kick
touchdown.
return?
Yeah, there's momentum play.
Kickoffs back. He's at over 100 yards. He had all 5 touchdowns. He went over 400 yards probably. Total yardage.
So Carlson can probably look for him on Wiz Sports, be a Player of the Week candidate. 4 touchdowns from scrimmage, 5, the 5th coming from a kick return.
That's a good game.
Miller set the punt.
Not bad.
Zorn and Schaefer back to receive.
How many yards would you have if they wouldn't have all those penalties?
High, booming kick. Let it go. And he's going to feel it with his heels on the goal line.
Zone on the return brought down by Wisnicki.
Why are we fielding that kick, Clayton? It's going to be all air raid here. Haven't seen Kiel go and try to spread out this defense, right? They've just been okay, like, hey, we have angles in this formation. Make them adjust, right? Don't just adjust to them. You, at some point, start throwing the punches. Okay, we're just going to throw 4 wide receivers out there. How are you going to defend us? You know, just switch some things up. Try something different. Because the other thing it's going to do is, like, hey, the guys are a little bit optimistic, right? They're like, hey, we haven't been able to run the ball out of this base formation. Let's try. As the exchange is different, and Velker just goes down, takes a hit.
Down to the 9, loss of 9. Sorry, loss of 8.
Ay, caramba.
Loss of 8 on the play, 2nd and 18.
So we have 2nd and 18 here. It's 2:40 and running. Don't just go quiet. Take a shot.
Right.
You know, like, you got 3 timeouts. You still score here. You give yourself a chance. Don't just run this football and say, okay, we're good losing by 2 touchdowns.
I totally agree with that.
Give these guys a chance to compete a little bit.
What do you have to lose?
Nothing. You're down 14. Who cares if you lose by 21?
Come on.
Gain of 2.
Gullickson, the ball carrier.
Ball is at the 11.
Brought down by Van Gotham.
16, 30-16.
Be 3rd and 16 here. Ball on the 12-yard line.
16.
Two receivers to the left, to the near side. Tight end, fullback to the far side. Lone running back. Inside reverse. It's Blanke with some room. And it is DJ Eccles to come in there and make a play after just a gain of 2.
Kewaunee's defense is just pinning their ears back right now.
It's a wolf that smells blood.
Right.
They are all about it.
4th and 14 for Kiel.
So a game that started with the Raiders really feeling good about themselves. You know, who knows if they relaxed. They got up 14-0. 2 big, explosive scores, a kick return, and then Carlson, it was his show the rest of the way. As Zorn is back to punt on 4th and 14. Send nobody back. As the punt's just going to bounce out of bounds at the 46-yard line.
Kewaunee ball, 1st and 10 from the 45.
56 seconds to play.
2019, their big guy Mortolini on her.
Oh, yeah.
Going over.
Was that what he did? Yeah, I think it was against Kewaunee.
56 seconds to play here. Can expect Kewaunee to come to a knee with a 14-point lead. Just a reminder, tonight's Kewaunee football game is proudly supported by Tattle New York Life Insurance, Nather Tile and Flooring, Gravel Pit Bar and Grill, Premier Financial, Crest Real Estate, Dynamic Heating and Cooling, Albright Again Home Improvement, Rex Bakery, Goodfellas Barbershop, Graphics Custom Vinyl, Real Logistics, the Kiel Booster Club, and by members of the NW Sports Radio Broadcasters Club. This Kewaunee will just have to take one more knee, and this one will be over. The Raiders are 45 seconds. Well, on the 45-yard line, it's one snap away here as it's come under 35 seconds. One kneel, and we'll have come final as the Raiders drop a tough one. Kewaunee just the better team today.
Better team today, but not only in their play, but I just feel like way more physical.
They took the punch to Kiel.
Right? 21, Kewaunee 35. Round of applause for both teams.
But the optimistic side of us all, what did Coach Talarico always say? The biggest jump comes from when? Week 1 to week 2. Live bullets, you can start to correct some things, but the Raiders come up short. We'll take a short break to hear a word from our sponsors, and we'll be back with a post-game show here on Kiel Raider Radio. Raiders, go Kiel Raiders. Premier Financial Credit Union proudly supports our hometown teams. With offices in Kiel, New Holsting, and Chilton, Premier Financial Credit Union is your hometown community credit union. To learn more about the credit union difference, please visit yourpfcu.com. Are you looking for a sweet treat, delicious pastries, fresh donuts? How about the best fresh baked bread or hard rolls? Rex Bakery, serving up the delicious bakery that we have come to love. Check out their retail location right in downtown Kiel at 319 Fremont Street, or give them a call to set up a wholesale account for your business. Your fourth generation hometown bakery, Rex Bakery, family owned since 1908. Are you looking for a great atmosphere and great food? Look no further than the Gravel Pit in Kiel. Try one of our great weekly specials. $2.25 burgers on Tuesdays, Chef's Choice on Wednesdays, pick a wrap and fries for $10 on Tuesdays, and get yourself a steak sandwich and fries, or maybe a perch basket with fries or potato salad before Raider football on Friday nights. And finish off your week with a crispy chicken sandwich and fries for just $10 on Saturdays. Call 920-894-8493 for details. That's 920-894-8493. The Gravel Pit, located just outside of Kiel on Highway 57. We're back here live, post-game show. Connor Velker, Clayton Lepisto on hand. Here's Raiders drop a 35-21 contest to open the 2023 campaign. Clayton, what do you think?
Very disappointing, but there is a lot of good things to take away from this game. First off, quarterback play. I feel like other than a one bad sack before halftime, everything else very well. And that's good to see out of a young, inexperienced starting varsity quarterback. That's very exciting to see. Defense, they need some work.
Yeah.
They need some work. They need someone to step up and be a leader. It seems like they're just it's like there's no
cohesion.
That's a good word.
And that was the thing that I kind of told Kate, and they're excited. They're talking about what the potential they have, and guess what? There's one key thing that is overlooked by all these young kids is you have to love your teammates.
Right.
Like, and you have to trust them more importantly. Like, that was all the good teams I've played on, that's the strength. You get along, you love being with them, because it makes, especially the last 2 weeks prior, makes that so much easier. Right. It's fun to come to practice. It's not fun to come to practice when you have 7 hours of football to do.
Yeah. And then coming into game experience, you don't have to worry about someone not making a play. Everyone's got each other's back. Everyone knows what they're doing. Everything flows so nicely together.
And to me, that was part of the indecision.
Right.
Is guys not trusting each other. Right. It's those outside linebackers and the defensive tackles that make this defense.
Mm-hmm. You cannot hesitate. You just got to go and expect the guy behind you to do the same thing.
Yep. And they're the two most important positions. They're the two most unselfish positions on that defense. If those guys are willing to go to bat for you and are okay with having the team success, then you'll be successful. If they're not willing to sacrifice, then you're not. And we had some pretty talented defensive tackles that we played with that had every right to be like, I'm just going to go do my thing. But guess what? That wasn't their goal. Mm-hmm. They have to determine as a team what is their goal. What do you want to do? You can talk about, okay, we want to win conference. We want to go deep in the playoffs. Then you got to be about it. Don't just talk about it, be about it. That's my biggest thing, and I've tried to echo that. Like, they'll figure it out. Hopefully. You hope, right? That's the optimism of week 1. Clayton, thank you very much for joining me.
It's a
Hopefully
pleasure.
we get to do this again.
Oh, I'd love that.
So we've come final here from Kiel. 21 Kiel, 35 Kewaunee. We'll see you next week as the Raiders will take on Sheboygan Falls in Sheboygan Falls. Former EWC matchup in football will take place next week.